Perfect. 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 What is going on, everybody? I go by RB. Philly Take with RB. How are you guys doing? Back again for another stream. You know, I don't think I've ever streamed on Saturday, but my guy hit me up, man. We got a good stream in last time and a lot of positive feedback. One of the best Eagles content creators, no doubt about it right here. And one of my guys who I've become to know personally. Great dude on here. Excited to be back with him. Again, I go by RB. Philly Take with RB, and I'm going to let my guy go ahead and introduce himself.
Yo, this is Joeyshakes 72. Shake Squad up, you know what it is. Glad to be back. The schedule has changed for me a little bit here and there, so I was able to hit RB up and try to get something going, and I got a lot of good feedback from a lot of you guys about our last live stream. So we're going to do this again and keep it rolling, and we have a lot to talk about today, so pretty excited.
Yep. What is going on, everyone? 20 people up in here already. How you guys doing? Let us know your reaction, instant thoughts. Obviously, the first thing we got to bring up here is the whole Jamal Adams thing. But you guys let us know your thoughts about that in the comments. And like we always do, let's see who the real ones are up in here, the OGs. What is going on? Ken. I like to watch NFL. Seahawks got Jamal Adams. Yep, there you go. Lord Dagger. What is going on, my guy? Max, the Sixers fan. JT was clutch. Yep, watched that game earlier. BPY, what is going on, my guy? Perfect. You already know what it is, man. Love it, man. Hey, Eloc, Phillies took the dub 7-1. Yes, they did bounce back. How about the Phillies? What's going on, Tyler? The goose is loose. Got some Phillies love up in here, man. I love it. Hey, John Lynch, what is going on, my guy? What is going on? Nate McCulley, King Breezy. Colin Finn, hey guys, anyone else pissed about Jamal Adams? Okay, so we got someone pissed about the whole situation. I'll tell you guys, man, I didn't see it coming today. I'll tell you that. I did not see this happening today. But we'll definitely talk about it. Matt, what is going on, my guy? Country Boy Alley, one of your memberships.
What's going on, man?
Chaos
the Filthy, what's up, man? How you doing tonight?
John Lynch, glad Howie didn't pull the trigger on that one. Daniel Weaver, Tom Tamp, Maine, Stephen Joyce, what is going on? So anyway, like I said, we're just going to get right into this. I was out earlier. I didn't really expect this to happen today, given everything else going on. And just out of nowhere, boom, the Seahawks go ahead and trade for Jamal Adams. I thought they were, one of the top destinations. I thought they gave up a boatload to get Jamal Adams. I'll let you go ahead and speak on it, but all I'll say is I'm not mad at Howie that he didn't pull the trigger.
No, I'm not mad at all, honestly. So the Jets received 2 first-rounders and a third-rounder for 2022. Obviously it's good compensation going back to the Jets. But at the same time, the Seahawks are definitely a winning team. Obviously, Jamal Adams has been running his mouth a little bit about, of Adam Gase and what Adam Gase does at halftime. If they're down by a lot of points, he kind of hides in the closet pretty much. It doesn't, kind of get his team together. It was a good trade for the Seahawks. I think it's a lot, obviously. Plus, you got to pay him. But at the same time, the Jets, I don't know. I think because last year it wasn't Joe Douglas, the general manager, Joe Douglas. It really wasn't his year because McCagnon, the original GM, he actually did the free agency and the draft. He ended up getting fired. And then Joe Douglas comes into a huge mess. So he couldn't really make any moves last year. But now this year, I think he finally got his hands around this roster. He's going to mold it himself now. And Jamal Adams just knows that this team, the New York Jets, is not really going to be a winning team. In my opinion, I don't think they're a winning team at all. I'm from New York. I talk to Jet fans all the time. So let me tell you something. Like they they're just pissed off every year. Like every time something good happens, something bad happens every year. Okay, they spent $123 million guaranteed money on players last year and did nothing. So obviously the big problem with New York is Adam Gase. 3/4 of that locker room does not like Adam Gase and the front office. I mean, it's true. I mean, it's really true. But I'm glad the Eagles did do this, but I'm very happy that Jamal Adams is not in the NFC East, and he's not on the Cowboys. So we kind of have to praise Howie that didn't really – because I don't really see him giving up too many picks for a player like that. I just don't see it happening. Plus, we're already $50 million in the hole already for next year for 2021. Yeah. So I think it was a win. I think, honestly, this will definitely elevate, the Seahawks defense. But as the Jets, even if they get 2 first-round picks for 2022, I saw some Jet fans excited about it. But at the same time, it's like if you don't have the right coaches in place, you don't have the right head coach, the right front office, you can make all these moves for all these players or get compensation for draft picks, but nothing's promised from it. So, with Adam Gase still head coach, I don't think as if I was a Jets fan, these draft picks would make me happy and sad at the same time because I don't want to lose Jamal Adams, but getting the compensation is nice. But as of right now, what are they going to do with those draft picks? Obviously, the Seahawks are going to win a lot of games. They're not going to be a losing team next year.
Yeah. You
know what I mean? So are they thinking that they're going to get, low draft picks? Probably not. So as of right now, I don't know. Obviously, it's a lot. I think it's a lot. But I think it was better for the Seahawks than it is for the Jets, obviously. I think that's pretty much how I think of it.
Yeah. I pretty much am there with what you're saying. I originally said, we both said Jamal Adams probably would not go back to the Jets, just given the fact of the whole situation. Bridges were burned. It really was just time to move on. They didn't want to pay him. I had said to my, at least, viewers that, I expected, honestly, 2 first-rounders to go for Jamal Adams. People were talking about a first, a third, and Rasul Douglas, or, a first and a couple thirds or whatever, a second. I really thought the price would be a lot more for Jamal Adams. And, of course, you would be happy with your team going out to acquiring maybe one of the best safeties in the game already at age 24. I mean, a guy's all-pro already. You would love that. But like you said, given the Eagles situation, we're already in the hole. I mean, it was going to be hard to get done, if anything. But like you said, I'm so happy he did not go to the NFC East. The first thing I saw was that he did not go to the Cowboys. That's literally the first notification I got, and I was happy about it. I didn't expect Jerry Jones to pull the trigger on it anyway, but I'm glad because he is as good as they come. We do have to see the Seahawks this year, but again, that's just this year. It's not twice a year.
Right.
And yeah, like you said, I just think Jamal Adams is obviously a game changer, but on top of what they gave up for him, now they got to pay him as well. They got to figure out that whole thing going forward. So I'm not mad at Howie Roseman. Sure, if he found a way to bring him to Philadelphia, albeit I'm fine with it. But I'm not mad at it. I didn't expect it, realistically to go ahead and happen, especially for more than 2 first-rounders. Not with this team,
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I mean, I checked even with our situation at safety right now. Jalen Mills is going to get the opportunity to start at the safety spot, obviously, and then you have Kavon Wallace behind there. You have Ronnie McLeod this year for 1 more year. I mean, if this works out the right way, you could have Kavon Wallace and Jalen Mills as your safeties for the future. It could happen. If Jalen Mills works into that mold, go back to his roots at being a safety like he was in LSU when we drafted him. So I kind of thought about that whole situation, and I'm like, we already have 3 safeties that are kind of promising right now. So why are we going to add another one? And then what are we going to do with Jalen Mills? Make him a backup, move him to – it just made no sense at this point. I never thought we were really going to get him anyway. It was going to be a long shot because of the cap. But, yeah, that's pretty much it, really.
Yeah. Well, now that kind of domino has fallen, like we had talked about, a couple of these big names here, a guy like Yannick, obviously, I don't think realistically can happen, at least right now. But now the name for me, really the focus of this whole thing in terms of the Eagles kind of shifts to Jadeveon Clowney because Seahawks aren't in really cap trouble going forward. But I don't know if they want to pay Clowney this year, maybe on a 1-year deal, whatever he's expecting. They might have to work out an extension now with Jamal Adams as well. I see people in the comments here talking about, are we going to go ahead and get Griffin or are we going to go ahead and get Clowney? Do you have any thoughts on that?
I mean, I wouldn't mind getting I've been on board getting a pass rusher kind of complete. I think we have a top 5 defensive line regardless right now. But yep. I think if you actually get Everson Griffin or Clowney, just one of these guys, I think you complete this defensive line. I think we're already kind of separate from the pack, but we get one of those guys. We separate entirely from the pack. And just add that depth at defensive end because you know what? Brandon Graham's been playing good. Derek Barnett went to a camp in Tennessee to kind of work, being worth that first-round pick, kind of getting back to his roots on what's going on. So Josh Sweat is in the mix. Jannard Avery, that, we came to the Eagles at the trade deadline, traded a 4th-round pick to the Browns, played outside linebacker for the Browns, obviously. But is on a contract year as well, so kind of got to watch out what he could do. So I wouldn't mind an Everson Griffin. I think he's got a lot more juice in the tank. Jadeveon Clowney, if it's true that he's going to bless himself more and go to a 1-year deal worth $9 to $10 million just for the year, then yeah, I would pretty much get on top of that immediately. Plus, you get a 3rd-round compensatory pick, probably for 2022, whatever it's going to be. So you know how he likes the compensatory pick game, and you can get a compensatory pick just by releasing a defensive end after 1 year. I'd go for it because it's a win-win for the Eagles regardless. So either or, I'm good with one of those guys on the team.
Yeah. I'm there with you, and I really think this could potentially open up Clowney. I don't know why. I just don't see them going after him now that they went out and made this big haul for Jamal Adams. I've heard rumors of a couple teams like the Titans and teams like that, contenders. Yep. We know he wants to play for a contender. If the price is right, and the fans can get over it, or the majority, we'll put the past behind us. Like you said, I mean, our line is already stacked. If we go out and land one of these guys who can deliver upwards close to maybe double-digit sacks for the upcoming season, I mean, it's really going to be hard. It's going to be a nightmare for opposing coordinators, honestly.
Yeah, no, it's going to be because it's who you going to double team. I mean, Javon Hargrave is one of the most underrated. I mean, was pretty much a nose tackle. I mean, but it doesn't matter because all he has to do is shoot a gap. And that's pretty much it. I think Fletcher Cox needs to have a big year. Derek Barnett needs to have a huge year. Malik Jackson has something to prove, got a chip on his shoulder, being hurt the first game, not even playing the rest of the season. Josh Sweat is a good rotational guy, obviously. I don't think he's a superstar. I don't think he's anything special, but a big jump in his skill set from year 1 to now. So, and Brandon Graham is just a pressure machine. He's a pressure washer. I mean, he gets pressure all the time, and his numbers go up. So this defensive line is, better than 2017 on paper. It's way better. I mean, because when Malik Jackson got hurt last year, he kind of, it sucks not having that depth at defensive tackle because now, Cox is going to get double teamed. Don't know what to do. But now even with Hassan Ridgeway as well, and, he got, a foot injury last year, but nice little flash in the pan from Hassan Ridgeway. But he can get in the backfield. He's not the fastest guy in the world, but he is explosive. He can get in the backfield. And I expect big things from him too. So defensive line, fantastic. Yeah, fantastic.
I completely agree. And I'm even all the guys you mentioned, and I'm expecting a guy like Derek Barnett to step up and show us that potential that he had coming out of Tennessee. I mean, imagine if everything comes together, what this D-line could be. Real quick, shout out to all 40 people that are up in here right now. I know you guys have requested this. You have given a lot of positive feedback. Shout out to everyone up in here. If you guys have not yet, smash the like button on both streams. We are live on 2 channels, so we can see all the comments. We'll try to get to all of them. And if you guys have not yet, check out each other's content and hit the subscribe if you like it, But to get to this question, Turbo-tastic, who do you think is the best team in the NFC West now after the trade? I'll let you go first.
I don't know. I think the Seahawks are definitely upgraded a lot. They really have. I'm not. I like the Seahawks honestly right now. I know it's weird. But a lot of things can change during the year. A lot of things can change. So, what do you think about the NFC West as a whole right now?
I think honestly, it's going to be a good division. Even with a team like the Cardinals being able to step up and acquire some of the pieces they have now, and just the offense, I expect them to run really explosive. Overall, I'm there with you though. I think the Seahawks I don't know. It's something about the Seahawks. They always find a way in. They always find a way to the top. I'm expecting San Fran to kind of regress this season. Just a little bit off of last year, the whole Super Bowl high and everything. You give Pete Carroll, you give the Seattle Seahawks a weapon like Jamal Adams, given with what they've been able to do, really rebuilding the Legion of Boom. And you still have Russell Wilson. I think Seattle is going to win the division, but I think two teams will end up making the playoffs potentially from that division.
Yeah, just remember, because some people get confused about this year and next year, because I think in 2021 we're actually going to have a 7 seed in the playoffs. So that's going to be extra opportunity for another team to sneak in. I pretty much agree with everything you said. Like the 49ers, they're going to try their best to get back there. I just don't think I don't feel like how you feel it, as in I'm not sure. I'm not sure about them. Like the Rams are a whole different, the Arizona Cardinals are. I mean, I have to say, the Arizona Cardinals, I like that offense right now. I really do. Yeah. With Christian Kirk and now you have that got traded there. Hopkins is there now. You know what I mean? So and Kyle Murray is very sneaky. Yeah. Very sneaky, he's small, but he's very sneaky, and his arm strength is pretty good, and his accuracy's not bad either. So there's a lot. I mean, that division's going to be pretty exciting. I mean, I know we have to go see San Fran at San Fran. I think it was the second or third game. I forgot what week that is. Yeah. But I think I don't have the 49ers really going to the top like they were last year. The Seahawks are just always there. I mean, they're always they have Russell Wilson when there's Russell Wilson on the roster, it's very hard to turn away from that team right now. So there's a lot that goes into it, but I agree though.
I think San Fran really just blew their identity, out of the water. I mean, they let 2 of their backs go. Now they have still Tevin Coleman, right? And I mean, that was really what guided that team. Me personally, I don't believe in Jimmy G as the man to go get it done. Football and say, you take us where we need to go. I don't view him as that type of guy.
Right.
Nate McCulley, I heard a rumor that Shady McCoy are in talks with his favorite team. Did you see that tweet with the whole Jalen Mills thing? Any thoughts on Shady McCoy real quick coming to the Eagles? I know we talked about it a lot.
No. That was I love this thing. I love doing it. So as a veteran guy coming in, I can't believe I just talk about it's a broken record. So as a veteran running back coming to a very young room, it's a good thing for that. But as of him being a piece in our offense, I just don't think there's really anything for him to do here. I mean, if this is more of let's bring him back just because, then I get it. But if it's for him being a piece in our offense, I guess. But if you want to go look at somebody, I would say right now, go look at Devonta Freeman right now. Obviously, you could put him as a 1-2 punch with Miles Sanders, even though all of us fans want Miles Sanders to just carry the whole boatload, obviously. A dual threat back that can go out for passes. That's pretty much another receiver on the field. But, look at Devonta Freeman. I know there was rumors the Eagles offered him a 1-year deal, $4 million. Then he flipped out on Twitter and wants to be a starter, but he's injury prone and he's not going to be the way he used to be. He needs to be behind somebody.
Yeah.
LeSean McCoy, I think it's just time it's done. We've tried before. If we didn't have Miles Sanders, I'd say go do it.
Yeah.
But we've been trying to pry we've been trying to pry LeSean McCoy from the Bills the past few years. You know what I mean? Like before he went to the Chiefs, we were trying, but they just he was a big cap number. He wasn't producing, and then it was going to be him and Frank Gore in the backfield. I was like, that makes no sense until he got released. So I don't know what to do about this. And like, obviously, it's going to have to be for a minimum. It can't be anything expensive. Yeah. So as of right now, I just want to move on. I want to see what these other guys could bring to the table. I want to see what Michael Warren from Cincinnati and Adrian Killens from UCF and Elijah Holyfield that didn't even play a snap last year, but hopefully maybe he could show us something. Yeah. So as of right now, like my answer.
I'm there with you, man. Tronic TVs, what is going on, my guy? Teal City Sports. If the Eagles and Seahawks make the playoffs again, it would be because of the virus or the league is rigged. Explain to me your thought process behind that. And are you a Jaguars fan? Because it's pretty funny. Oh, man. Or they're just good teams. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Nate. I mean, I could realistically see the Eagles and the Seahawks making the playoffs. I think it's probably going to happen. I mean, I don't know. I'm interested in that thought process. BLSG, what is going on, my guy? How are you doing today? Turbotastic, Jamal Adams is going to be the second coming of Cam Chancellor. Interesting comparison. I mean, when Cam Chancellor got to the Seahawks, I feel like it was kind of a similar role in a way because they needed that big safety to step up. So I could see Jamal Adams stepping up. That's big shoes to fill right now.
Yeah, but is he a contact safety though? Like just Jamal Adams like a contact safety like Cam always went for the big hit every single time. Like never wasted time at all.
Yeah.
But
I feel you. I wonder if he means it like in the exact way, like in terms of playability, or just kind of role with the Seahawks. You know what I mean?
No, I think he fits into what they do. Definitely. Is he going to be another Cam Chancellor? Probably not. But I think he'll be his own type of player there. I think he'll be his own personality there. Yeah.
Oh, man. Funny people up in this chat, man. You get it all when you come to one of these streams, man. Yo, it's Spider. You got to remember that the Seahawks suck at drafting early, so it's not as bad as it seems for them. I mean, they gave up some stock. They did give up some stock. I mean, I don't know. It's just, I guess just seeing like what I'm expecting. Sure, I'm expecting Jamal Adams to get a boatload back for him. But just seeing the actual trade, it's crazy. It's like, dang. We're like a month away from the season, month and a half away. And there we go. But again, this is probably going to be the craziest season ever. So, Gonzo Nation 25, what is going on, my guy? Objective Cowboys fan, far and few in between. Let me know what you guys think about not landing Mr. Prez. Matthew Fitzpatrick, I'm late. Did we talk about how the Cowgirls didn't get Adams? What is going on, Matt? Yeah, we touched on it. Me and Joey both said, really, we're not mad at Howie Roseman for not going out and really trying to pull the trigger. It was a boatload, but we are happy that Jamal Adams is in a division other than the NFC East. I mean, he's going to cause trouble all over the field for you. I'm not that mad, but just imagine Jamal Adams and Kavon Wallace nasty.
That would be beautiful. That'd be unfair.
What are your expectations for Kavon? You think he finds his way into a starting role this season eventually?
All I'm going to say is Jalen Mills got to watch his back in this training camp. That's all I got to say. Since there's no preseason right now, he has got to watch his back because what Kavon Wallace has over Jalen Mills right now is as he's been recently playing that position. I know Mills, it won't take much to kind of translate back to safety, obviously, but Kavon is ready. Those quotations. He's going to take the meal off that man's plate. He's going to take his spot and he's going to steal it for. I mean, and I love the attitude that he does have, but it's exciting though. It is.
Yeah, he's hungry. He really he just wants it. He wants it. I could see him stepping up to be that kind of not even just that player, but that personality that Philly just really, feeds off of.
Yep.
Jalen Mills, I really don't know what's going to happen with Jalen Mills, to be honest. He's a big question mark. I've never been the biggest fan of him. I love his attitude, the way he holds himself. But really on the football field, from what I've seen with the Eagles, he's just not built to play corner. He's too small, and he bites on the double move way too much.
Yeah, I think everybody does at this point. Even Avonte Maddox does,
yeah,
too. But like you said, Jalen Mills' attitude, like he's not that corner that gives up on a big play. Like he always comes back and he fights. You know what I mean?
Right.
So but as a 7th round pick, he's got good worth. You know what I mean? But obviously he plays bad, but not. I mean, I've seen worse than him. I've definitely seen worse than him. But when it's in a game and our emotions get the best of us, So.
Yeah. We've seen it here over the last however many years. I mean, I don't even – it kind of irritates me based off what we've seen, people saying, oh, Darius Slay is going to bottom out. Darius Slay is going to be like this guy. I hate the comparisons just because it's a different situation. You know what I mean? Like,
I can't stand
I'm expecting big things from Big Play Slay, man. Like,
oh, yeah.
I'm so excited. I mean, I finally can relieve myself for I don't even know how long it's been since I've been able to be comfortable with an Eagles cornerback.
Yeah. He's going to be a bad corner because he's just like a corner we used to have. Or, Adrian Killins is going to be like Donald Pumphrey and,
Oh, man. It's funny.
I hyped up Donald Pumphrey. I regret every day. I made a video saying Donald Pumphrey is going to change the NFC East. I want to delete that video so bad.
Yeah, let's not speak about that. Kavon Jones, the Eagles are making the playoffs easy, and that's easy if we stay healthy. I agree with you, Kavon. I think really health is the most important factor. I feel like the last, 3-4 years, we probably would have won the division if we had stayed healthy. I mean, think about it. We are down to 4th, 5th stringers, and we're still competing for the division. Just all that adversity. That's why I believe Doug Peterson is an amazing coach. And that's why I believe we have such an advantage over teams like the Cowboys, not the Redskins, the no-names, Washington football team, and the Giants, because they all have new systems. But this Philly team, these guys will ride or die for Doug Peterson.
Yeah, no, I could tell. It's like when after that Miami game this past year, like their backs were against the wall. Like that was really embarrassing. And like Lane Johnson said it perfectly in the locker room. He was like, they put us against the wall. He's like, we're gonna bite, we're gonna fight back, and no matter who's on the field. At this point right now, when people get injured, of course I'm gonna care, but we should be so used to it because 2019, I don't think I've ever seen an Eagles season go that bad with injuries. Over 10 injuries, like still make the playoffs. I mean, I know it was against the NFC East the last month, and everyone's like, well, it was against the NFC East, blah, blah, blah. But it was just like Carson Wentz was throwing to receivers that didn't have 500 yards receiving. I mean, it was just Joshua Perkins, the 3rd-string tight end. I mean, everybody was getting into it. Even if some guys only had like at least one catch per game, or everybody came together and this is the word, resilience. The Philadelphia Eagles are the most resilient football team in the NFL. You put them up against anybody because most teams that have injuries like that literally fall right down. I mean, Cowboys, for instance, they've had for that game we had in the second game, they had one injury. I think Van Der Esch was out. I think that was the only injury they had for that game, I think.
Yeah.
And I thought we were going to lose that game. I'll tell you the truth. I thought we were actually going to lose that Cowboys game. I said, they're healthy. We're done. And then when I saw that game, I was like, man, these guys are hungry.
But what about now? Cowboys fans playing. Dak was hurt. His shoulder was bugging him. That's why they didn't win. That's why. I mean, it pisses me off. And I'm sorry. I do not like to hear that crap about the NFC East. Look at the lineups we were throwing out there. There was 2 men that stayed healthy on the entire team. I mean, what – okay, you go up against a better team. I mean, so what? It does not matter. Just the adversity Carson Wentz and the team were put in and how they fought back and beat a team that had the #1 offense in the NFL. I mean, come on now. Come on.
Yep.
BLSG, do you think we have a chance to beat the 49ers? Reason I asked, they have to go to New York twice to see the Giants and the Jets. They may not have the ability to beat us. I think we kind of touched on that earlier. I mean, I think it's a realistic game for the Eagles. Even though it is on the road, it's kind of tough early in the season. I wouldn't put it past us to go out there and win that game.
Yeah, I'm actually really I love this schedule this year because we face it's crazy. Like, between I think we got Baltimore at home, we go to San Francisco away. You know what I mean? I think that's prime time. So, the harder the teams, the better it's going to be. And like the 49ers, I think that's a really good test early, to see where we are. Obviously, you want to get hot at the right time. It's very hard being hot and consistent all year. Right. But I love that matchup. I want Carson Wentz to go toe-to-toe. I want to see him with these new receivers. I want to see the chemistry. I want to see what they've been working their tail off this whole offseason, whether it was virtually or, just getting together at training camp. You know what I mean? Just all the guys. I think Howie Roseman has put some really good pieces around Wentz. So I'm excited to see him face these hard teams. We're not when we go to see when Seattle comes, to our house, we're going to be ready. We're going to be ready for a lot of teams this year. We're going to surprise some people this year.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm right there with you. Nathan says, what if the Eagles got Jadeveon Clowney and use him as an outside linebacker?
I don't think that would even happen.
No way.
At all.
I don't think you would want to.
Jim Schwartz would look at you and just be like, that's definitely not happening. Sorry.
38 Sniper. Should we move Rasul Douglas to safety? I'm done with Rasul Douglas. At least that's just me. The time is up. The paper is stamped. I mean, it's over for Rasul. It's over for Rasul, man.
He will never start for another team ever again. I mean, we had him on the trading block, guys. Like he was on the trading block. Okay, and then we signed him.
Let me know.
Then we signed him to a one, and then we just kept him for a year. So. I'm hoping like Grayland Arnold or somebody like just knocks him out of his spot. Like I just hope someone just peaks up. I mean, when we drafted Rasul Douglas, he like led the whole country in interceptions. Like I don't know how he had like 10, I think, but as a red zone corner, of course he's great because there's no field to cover. So I mean, what does he have to do? But I mean, do I hate the guy? No. Like in all seriousness, I don't hate the guy. The guy's he tried his best. He's had great games. He's had bad games, but it is what it is. But I think it's time. It's a new era now.
Yeah, I feel you. Jock Talk, what is going on, my guy? Shout out to you for being up here. Shout out to all 60 people up in here. We're live on 2 different channels. If you guys have not yet, smash the like button. Check out our channels, our content. If you like it, hit that subscribe. Go ahead and check out a video for yourself. I'll never say subscribe without seeing the content. But my guy Joeyshakes right here, one of the best Eagles content creators up on YouTube, man. Nate McCauley, no, we already have 2 good safeties. Yep. Gonzo Nation, Adams can help the Seahawks defense, but I don't think it can be all on him. Other players have got to step up and play on his level. I agree.
You got to build around him. You can't put everything on a safety. You have to build around him on that defense. That's definite.
Guess what, Cow Pies fans? We got that girl ready to cook some lamb chops. Also, CeeDee Lamb will not see these playoffs. I love it, Matt. I like it. That's the kind of energy I like to hear. That's the kind of energy. But be ready for another excuse. Be ready for something else to happen. Mm-hmm. Mike McCarthy sabotage the Cowboys. It'll come. Carson Wentz, huge year. Yeah, I'm expecting Carson Wentz to be at the top. I'm talking about the top, top 5, top 3 in terms of MVP candidates. I think everything is designed around him to go ahead and execute and have a successful season.
What are you thinking? You're thinking maybe 5 picks, 40 touchdowns, over 4,000 yards, something like that?
Yeah, I've been thinking about 42 touchdowns, maybe like 7 or 8 interceptions, but about 4,400 yards, honestly.
Plus, what's even crazier is that Carson Wentz can extend plays with his feet as well. So it's like
unbelievable. Did you see that stat with the whole on the move? How he's
I don't think so.
It was Warren Sharp put it out on Twitter. I mean, he was just breaking down the stats, and Wentz is by far the best in terms of rollouts on quarterbacks. I mean, just the plays that he can create, like you said. It's crazy.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Jock Talk, I don't care where Jamal went, just not Dallas. Yep, we're right there with you.
Good with that.
We have to play Jamal Adams and Antonio Brown. Hold on. What are you talking about? Come on now. Play Antonio Brown's music? I mean, that's the only thing we'll be playing at this time. Josh Mendoza, let's go fly, Eagles fly. What is going on? Reaction on Jamal Adams trade to Seattle. I mean, we already talked about that plenty of times now. Philly girl, what is going on? Be back, gonna go drop some love. Shout out to you. Let's see. The picks aren't even the only thing they gave up. The safety, the Seahawks traded is a top 20 safety. They may not seem great, but you got to remember there are 64 starting safeties. What do you think about McDougal?
I think McDougal's a good player. Like, he's a good player. I think he fits a scheme really well. But, I mean, with the Jets, I don't know what,
Yeah.
The Jets are the Jets, and hopefully he works out there. Hopefully it's better for him.
Yeah. Who's better, Derwin James or Jamal Adams or Malcolm Jenkins? Who would you say out of these three?
I don't know. I know Jamal can move all over the field. I think he's a better blitzer. I think he's a better blitzer than Derwin James. Derwin James is different because he goes through space and he's good in zone coverage as well. So I don't know. I do like between Malcolm and I do like Malcolm a lot because I just think he could play almost any position on defense because all these guys haven't been perfect, but it's hard. It's really hard because they're all three of them are very good.
Yeah. Think this for you.
Oh, is it? I can't even tell.
Yeah.
Philly Talk Podcast. Thank you for the super chat, bro. He says, "What's up, JS at RB? This interior pass rush going to be crazy." I know it's this pass rush. If you could rank this defensive line, what are you going to rank it? Top 10, top 5?
It right now, in my opinion, it has to be at least a top 5.
Yeah.
And inching probably into the top 3, in my opinion.
And if they get Jadeveon Clowney or Everson Griffin?
Automatic.
That's what I think, man. Same thing.
Yeah. It's hard to find a more balanced across the line in terms of talent, in my opinion, on paper at least.
And depth, too. Depth is a huge thing as well.
Yeah. Shout out to my guy, Rick Bennett. Appreciate the super chat, my guy. Good evening. Sorry, a little late. Was watching the Phils on DVR. Happy with the Phils. So happy Jamal Adams went to Seattle instead of Dallas. Appreciate you, Rick, for always tuning in, my guy. Shout out to you. I was also watching the Phillies. Happy about that since they lost to the stinking Marlins yesterday. And we're both here with you, man. If you have not yet, go ahead and check out Joeyshakes. Awesome content creator. I know you would love him. And yeah, we're both happy as well that Jamal Adams is out of the NFC East. So shout out to my guy. Appreciate it a lot. Now, let me try to find my spot here because comments are going crazy. Shout out to all 60 people up in here right now. I wanted to get to this one comment.
Missed it.
Teal City, here it is, because I had asked him about, what he thought, because he said the Eagles and Seahawks wouldn't make the playoffs. He says the Eagles have a good roster, but God knows how the wide receivers or secondary will do. And the Seahawks, the Russell Wilsons are the same, but the O-line is the NFC's worst. You make valid points there. The Seahawks always find a way in for me. They just always find a way. Maybe it's just Pete Carroll.
Yeah, Russell Wilson's a big part, too, because if they just had some natural pocket quarterback, some average pocket quarterback in there, I don't think they'd be as successful with just having, Russell Wilson is just ridiculous. Like his scrambling ability, just his awareness. And he throws these amazing, crazy passes, and these receivers can catch for him. So,
to me, he has the best people in the league. So beautiful. Gonzo, it's smart the Cowboys didn't pick him up. The Cowboys were dealing with the rest of the contracts for all the rookie draft picks that they just got done. Yeah, and you still didn't pay your quarterback. I'm just saying, but that would have looked pretty sus if he went and paid Jamal Adams, traded and paid for him.
Yeah, that would have been bad. For them, that would have been bad.
Jock Talk says getting Slay and Hargrave was great. Absolutely. I think probably two of the best pickups this offseason. And really bolstered our defense. I'm excited.
Yeah, I didn't expect to pay a defensive tackle pretty much top 6 in money this year. I didn't expect that whatsoever. Hargrave is so underrated, just his ability, especially what's good is getting a guy that used to play nose tackle, so because he's very good with close contact on the line. And can get through. And with him and the Pittsburgh Steelers fans were bad about this. They were bad about it. And said, well, at least he's going to Philly. He's not going anywhere else. So some of the Steelers fans were good he was staying in Pennsylvania. So,
yeah, I think he's going to do great next to Fletcher Cox. Shout out to Bashir up in here, Anthony Perry. And we got another super chat. Appreciate the super chat. My guy, Philly Mike, got you to RB. By the way, the thumbnail is fire. I mean, this is one of the best thumbnails I've ever seen. Joeyshakes is a mastermind behind the computer, man. It's crazy. I might have to hire him to start making me some custom ones, man. It's crazy, but
yeah, that other picture you depict. I asked you to send me a few pictures. That picture you did send me, they were too small. So like when I actually made it, it was really blurry. So I went to one of your old videos and I forgot what video it was. And I was like, I just paused it and made it. That was it. So it worked out. It worked out good.
Crazy, man. Appreciate the super chat, my guy Philly Mike. If you guys have not yet, go ahead and check out his channel. Another one of the best, man. My personal friend, my brother, man. Awesome Eagles content creator and Sixers as well. So go ahead and check him out.
Yep.
We got another super chat up in here. My guy Rick Bennett. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate the super chat. It's never expected, but always appreciated, my guy. Says, I started watching Joeyshakes 72 in the 2017 season, impressed by him by his knowledge. Him and Darius were my go-to channels in 2017.
Appreciate it, bro. No, seriously, I like hearing the stories of people start watching people and stuff like that, and it's amazing. I'm really glad that I put enough on the table for you guys to be. I'm not the most entertaining guy in the world, but I give you the news you guys need, and I go over pretty much everything in my own opinion. So I do appreciate Rick, much appreciated, and thanks for sending the super chat towards RB's way because he really deserves it. He's been working his butt off between doing the Sixers fills and all the Eagles news that are coming to you, and his success is coming his way, and it's already coming. So I appreciate everybody that donates to his channel and does a really good job. So,
hey, I appreciate that, man. Loving to get to work with a guy like you, especially who I watched before, long time ago. I didn't even know actually that you were doing this in 2017. That's insane.
Oh, really?
I mean, you've been on the grind. I've been watching you for about a year and a half now, but I wasn't even watching YouTube like that back then. But shout out to you, man. You've been on the grind so long. I'm excited to see where your channel goes. I really am. And thank you, Rick, again for the super chat, man. One of my OGs, been here since the beginning. Shout out to you, man.
Yep.
Well, now that we've completely lost our spot here in the comments.
Yeah, it's horrible. I hate StreamYard.
Let's see. Oh, we got my guy up in here, Gangrene David. What's going on? How are you feeling right now? Give us some instant feedback, my guy. If I'm not mistaken, Gangrene David wanted Jamal out of there. If I'm not mistaken,
I think Gangrene was pretty much like if he wants to get out, then just leave. I mean, I think that was the attitude towards it. I don't think he wants him to go, but
yeah. Hey, you know what, Go James? Even though you're a troll on this channel, you never fail to just make me laugh. Wait until Jerry Jones's grandson plays for the Cowboys. Yeah, he probably wouldn't pay him either.
Joke.
Oh, man. Reaper Talon 92. What's the meaning of Jets?
Oh, my God.
I love it, man. I love it. That's great. It doesn't get much better than that. Come on now. By sheer 39 touchdowns, 7 picks, 4,200. Guess that's a Wentz prediction. I like it. Oh, man. Spider says, even though we don't have any big playmakers, I like our safety room because we have like 4 guys we can sub in and out. Yeah, I think depth is really what we're going to be predicated on. And I feel like our more successful seasons comes when we have a lot of depth, you know?
Yeah, no, that's because you never know what the season brings us. We go in excited, and then all this other extra stuff happens, which we don't like. So, yeah, no, I'm pretty excited about it. The depth is what makes this team. Obviously, Howie Roseman, he loves the trenches. He loves taking care of the trenches. Obviously, we got our quarterback in 2016, and then we built around that. But what I really like about Howie is how he takes care of the offensive line, defensive line, and then kind of builds, from there, which makes a lot of sense too. So I think with more depth, it's a lot. Obviously, it's a lot better. And a lot of teams can't do that, but Howie's good about getting these. That's where you get these little 1-year deals. Like he'll start making some moves with the roster. Obviously, we have to cut another 6, 7. We have to get it down to 83 guys or 80. I forgot how many guys we have to get it down to now. But even though we've cut some people, I don't want cut off this team, obviously. But Trevor Williams gets cut off the team as a cornerback, and I don't know why, because I could think of probably 6 other players that could get cut off this team pretty damn easily. So, yeah.
It had to be the health. I mean, I really can't think of anything else as to why you would cut him this early. But
yeah, but he didn't even hit the field yet. Like,
yeah.
I mean, it's not like cornerback is like we're trying to find that second cornerback spot. So right now it's like you're cut a corner. I like at least see what he could do. I mean, he's a veteran guy. Like who knows if he gets hurt? I mean, he hasn't been a good corner since pretty much when he was undrafted his first year. That ever since then he just went downhill with injuries. He only played 2 games with the Cardinals last year. So I mean, there's a lot of other guys you could definitely cut. So I'm gonna wait and see what happens with that.
Yeah, I agree with you. Brokey says 38 touchdowns, 9 picks, 4,650 yards. There you go.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Nathan says, I'm confused with the receiving core. Is it good or bad? I mean,
I can't say it's bad.
Yeah, it's more just unproven yet because there's a lot of new faces. But if everything comes together, I think the promise is there,
Are you expecting John Hightower and Quez Watkins to be on this roster?
I think one of them makes it, and I think one ends up making the practice squad and maybe comes up in spite of an injury. What do you think?
I mean, I'm afraid to put anybody on practice squad because that waiver wire, because of no preseason, no development, so this waiver wire is going to be crazy. Yeah. Like there's going to be players going through the league like it's nothing. But
don't get me wrong, I like them both. I do love them both. I thought they were both nice picks where we got them. But I'm just looking at the entire roster and how many guys we really have, Yeah,
well, I'm saying because if we end up getting injuries for another position, then they got to cut from another position, and that's what happens. Like the problem was the past couple of years, like we couldn't replace even like getting Deshaun Jackson gets hurt. We couldn't replace his speed with anybody, and we literally had to work 2 double tight end sets, 12-man personnel, and we were kind of running out of options to win football games. So Nelson Aguilar wasn't doing anything. Obviously, he had his chance. Look, he had his chance because by the second game of the season, our roster was finished. I mean, they got hurt at warmups. I mean, that's how bad it was. And we should have won that game. The pass to Aguilar at the sideline hits him right in the chest. And then, even though there was a block in the back on that Julio Jones, screen pass, which was kind of, crap. But, Aguilar had his chance. We were stupid enough to pay him $9.3 million last year. And I don't know. He's not even making $1 million off his new deal with the Raiders. That's how bad it is.
I never understood that $9 million deal. I thought we would retain him, but not for that much. I didn't understand that. But
yeah.
People saying that the Jets won that trade with Jamal Adams with everything they were able to get back.
I don't know how they win the trade, honestly, because the Jets always screw up. They always screw up. Like it doesn't matter who they draft. Like They can't hire coaches. They can't.
Oh,
Joe Douglas is the only bright spot of that front office, obviously, right now. That's the only bright spot. Other than that, like, he fully has his hands on that roster now. But with Adam Gase there, they're not going anywhere. Like, if you have a team that doesn't, you're not going to a Super Bowl if nobody believes in your head coach. There's just no way. So
yeah, the way I feel about it is like, yeah, the Jets got a good amount back. But in terms of, say, Jamal, like, just take away the idea of the trade. I mean, you're losing Jamal Adams, who is undoubtedly a game changer on defense. I think they got a good amount for what they were able to get, as he, didn't want to come back. But
look at the Browns the past 15 years. Like, they've had first-round picks. They've had the top 5 picks, like, for years. And it doesn't matter who you're drafting. At the end of the day, if your front office and your head coach, no one believes, or they're just not good coaches, period, you're not going anywhere. Like, I don't know. It's just.
This is a good point here. Nate says the Eagles only gave up a 3rd and a 5th for Slay. I thought that was an amazing trade. I mean, even when we got Slay, I was honestly surprised by what we got him for, I mean, I understand he kind of had moved on from the Lions, but a player of his caliber, I feel like he's highly slept on, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it was more because of, I think there's 2 reasons. Maybe it was because of his age. Maybe if he was 24, 25 years old, it'd be a different story. But I think because the Lions respected the fact that they wanted to put Darius Slay in a good position. They didn't want to just trade him and throw him somewhere. We want to trade him to a team. They took they took what he wanted and said, hey, we want to trade him to a team that's going to take care of him, that's a good fit, and, that's going to pay him. And we paid him, and which he deserves it. I mean, at this point, he deserves it. So, and Fletcher Cox, him and, Darius Slay were texting, and they were like, should I come to Philly? And Cox is like, yeah, like, we're here to win. Like, this is a winning city. So.
Yep, I agree. Shakes is illmatic with the graphics. He's crazy, man. Dude's talented. If you guys are in here yet, still 60 people up in here. If you guys have not yet, and you're on my channel, go sub him up, man. One of the best.
Appreciate it, guys.
Seeing how much the Seahawks gave up for Jamal makes me realize how great the Slay trade was. Only gave up a 3rd and a 5th. Yep. Not being biased to my team, but I think the Eagles are going 6-10. Well, if bias isn't the word, is it delusional? I mean, come on.
I knew you were going to say that.
I mean, the delusion of Cowboys fans. I'm an Eagles fan, and I don't think the Cowboys are going to go 6-10. Like, no. Really, what makes you think that? What?
I think they'll go 8-8.
Oh my gosh, man! RB play Madden? Yeah, I do. Hit me up if you want to play. I'll crack anyone on the sticks.
You'll crack me easily.
Slay isn't as good as Jamal, but obviously, yeah, I'm glad we didn't give up our future. Yep. Imagine if the Eagles would have gave up that whole haul. 2 first-rounders, a 3rd, whatever, a player. I mean,
we're just gonna be cutting people next year. There'll be no draft. It's just gonna be cut. It's gonna. We're gonna have an overhaul of cuts next year. Just get ready because next year's gonna be nuts.
A lot of the vets. This is the most biased thing I've ever seen. Yeah. Crazy. Says it again. I heard you the first time, my guy. Come on. Cowboys offered $105 million franchise tag as well, so 31 plus 105. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, yeah, but still, just the signals that it sends to him. I mean, how do you not get that done? Crazy.
Yep.
It's just an extra year. It's just an extra year. RB be in that grind like sand and sugar. There you go. It's a good way to put it. Hawk 215, what's going on? My Seahawks are winning the Super Bowl. I love Eagles because I live in Philly. Kind of confused at that sentence.
I'm very confused.
I'm just a little bit confused. You have 2 teams here?
Or... I was about to say 2-teamer.
I can't have 2 teams. I can never do that.
Hell, I know so many people have 2 teams. It's ridiculous. It's a good team and a bad team that usually plays bad every year. It's bad.
All I know is I don't remember when I started watching Joey. All I know is he didn't like Dallas once I saw that. So there you go. I'd rather have Slay than Jamal 100% of the time. Woo! Unpopular opinion. I don't think Greg Ward should make the team. Yeah, he stood out among practice squad wide receivers, but that doesn't mean he should be a lock. Quez is probably already better than him. What do you think about that, Joeyshakes? I see he turned to the right.
I think Greg Ward deserves a shot. I don't know, because he was playing with a lot of off-the-street guys, and he just looked so damn good. I mean, his yak yards was great. He was catching the ball in open space, and he was getting around defenders, and he was doing a lot of good things. I mean, he's been cut off this team twice, and it had to take injuries to have him start on the field and show us what he could do. So I don't know. I like Greg Ward. I know a lot of people. I would love to start Greg Ward in the slot, obviously, but that's why we have competition at training camp, and we're going to see what Quez and see what John Hightower will do. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah. Mallory says Miles Sanders going to have a breakout sophomore season. Can he focus more on rushing now that we've surrounded Wentz with more receivers? I think you hit it right on there. I think there is really just too much pressure that the Eagles are going to put in terms of how we can go vertical on teams. I think it's going to open up for Miles Sanders. I'm expecting him to step up and have a Pro Bowl type season. What do you think?
I think the same thing. I think he's got progressively better every game. God forbid if the Eagles did start him early in the year last year and not, like they do with every new player we have, and they just put them to the shelf until we have injuries. He probably would have had over 1,000 yards combined with what he had all purpose. He could do almost anything on the field. I'm very impressed that we definitely got a hell of a player with an attitude and a chip on his shoulder. And he's, he wants to be like McCaffrey. He wants to be one of them. I hope we get to pay a running back in a few years. I really hope so.
Yeah, I agree with you. And he just showed me so much promise. And it's crazy, even down the stretch with nagging injuries, like he just stepped up to the occasion,
Yep.
Anthony Perry, who do y'all think gets cut next? Any thoughts?
Yeah, let's say some names. Craig James, Rudy Ford.
God,
I don't really know who else. I mean, those two are definitely. I want them both gone. Alex Singleton. I know we cut that guard. I forgot his name because I just don't care. That's why I don't know his name. When I don't care about somebody, I don't know their name. But
you talking about who you just cut?
That guard we cut. I forgot who it was, but I don't know with Jack Driscoll. Obviously, I don't know. Kelsey's got 2 years left on his contract this year and next year. Jack Driscoll can look like he could be that another undersized center for us. I mean, he's played 3 positions on the offensive line at Auburn. Prince Tega Wanabo. I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know how I could even say his name at this point. But there's a lot of guys. There's a few guys that could definitely cut right now. I mean, Corey Clement, cut him too. Honestly, just cut him.
I agree with you. I think it's going to be some of those guys who really have no business being here. Then we'll get down to the last few. It'll get interesting. Maybe a couple guys that we would like to see have a chance, maybe get cut. I don't know. It's interesting. Anthony says Trevor had to be hurt. Nothing else makes sense to get cut before the field work.
I guess we're going to find out, because I was just surprised they just did that to him. So I have no idea. Could be right.
Yep. They're both going to make it, especially with Philly's injury. Not sure what that referencing to. This is going to be Dak's last season. Yeah, I think it is, honestly.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Yep.
He's going to play for a contract. He's going to pretty much advertise himself on the field this year.
Yep. I think John makes it if Jeffrey gets injured because he's the same height as Jeffrey. That's the thing. Like when we were talking earlier, like I really like what I'm seeing from John Hightower and Quez Watkins, but it's just like we have so many guys, and it's just like I don't know. You know what I mean? Like J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, I'm optimistic about him stepping up based on what I saw in the preseason last year. But then again, he could bottom out and be a no one. Or Greg Ward if he makes it in a slot.
Yeah.
Or, Djax. If Djax goes down with an injury early on, it's like there's just a bunch of I don't knows.
It's harder right now because, number one, we were supposed to have rookie mini camp in July. So that didn't happen. So we didn't even see what these guys, how they look. But, couldn't really see anything right now. So it's really hard right now I can't wait till the 28th. Just let these guys step on the field, and we got to see what they could do, and we just got to get them on the field. It's really hard to say who's going to do what right now. I mean, we see promise, but promise only takes you so far. So,
yep. BLSG Jets stands for just end the sadness for Mark Sanchez running into his own lineman. There you go. I mean, that pretty much sums up the New York Jets in just one image to me.
The butt fumble.
Yeah. Low-key, I'm rooting for Killins, but it's going to be hard with no preseason. I agree with you. I really hope he doesn't get cut. I hope he doesn't get cut.
Special teams. I would say special teams is going to be his fit, and he'll be on the shelf as a running back in case there's injuries. I'm hoping. I mean, apparently there's rumor he did gain some weight. He was 168 pounds. He didn't get invited to the combine. So, the guy, he was a third-string running back for UCF. So, obviously, I watched a lot of tape on him. And just when he gets in open space, it's pretty much – I don't know what he runs in the 40, but it's got to be very, very crazy.
He just jumps off the tape, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Jets management stinks. We really need a power back right now. I think we got a couple options that we can go for in-house, honestly. Like you said earlier, I think these guys are going to get a chance.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I like I said, like even with these two, even with Elijah Holyfield, Michael Warren, I don't know if Elijah Holyfield didn't even play last year, didn't play a snap last year. Michael Warren's coming straight from the obviously undrafted. So, I mean, there's but we usually hit on one of these undrafted guys like every year. So, I mean, TJ Edwards could be a guy who can start at linebacker as well. So, a lot of guys are coming in. So,
yeah, I'm there with you. I think I don't even think they're going to, need that many carries per game, whoever our power back is. I mean, we still have a guy like Boston Scott as well, who I'm expecting to contribute very well.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
There's a lot of carries to go around, but really, I think Sanders and Scott are going to be the majority.
Yep.
I think we need to get rid of Ertz when his contract expires with our tight cap space in the future. Instant thoughts?
We're not trading Zach Ertz.
I don't think so.
Now, I don't know what they're going to do when they have to pay both of these guys, but I really hope they don't let Dallas Goedert leave. I hope that doesn't happen. That's what I'm hoping it doesn't happen.
I would rather sign the younger Goddard. I love Goddard. I think this season alone, I mean, these two guys should be able to be used in a way that's really going to be a threat, especially down in a red zone, honestly.
Yeah, Goddard's just overpowered. I mean, he's like a possession receiver out there, which is crazy. Those two had the one hander and those two over the head catches from Wentz. It was just ridiculous at the end.
He's crazy. Brandon Rodgers, Jamal Adams, go Seahawks. There you go. Mallory says, think we will go after Everson Griffin. I'm sure we've had contact with him. I mean, why not? I could see Griffin as well, in addition to Clowney, wanting to go to a contender. I mean, he's played for the Vikings his whole career. Hasn't won anything.
Yeah. But like you said earlier, like I think with Jadeveon Clowney, I think the Titans are definitely a possibility. I think that. But with the Seahawks now getting Jamal Adams, I thought it was going to be at least the Titans and the Seahawks for Jadeveon Clowney. But I don't know. I don't know where he's going to go. But I know – but Everson Griffin, I don't know. I haven't heard any news, like whatever. I think he's kind of surprised he didn't get signed yet. But I know he's got a lot left in the tank, and I mean he'd fit in really well here. I mean he would fit in very well, very strong. He pummels over people to this day. So
yep. Rather have an elite tight end core. Slay top 5. You think Slay's a top 5 corner?
I think so. I think it's for a consistent corner. Yeah, I think he's definitely top 5.
Yep, me too.
Look, he's not going to be perfect. Like there's going to be times where stuff happens. You know what I mean? I know Eagles fans will throw somebody off the ship as soon as one bad thing happens, and that's what usually does happen. But we should be very fortunate and lucky to have a guy like Darius Slay in the building. And then you got Nickel Roby-Coleman, a top 5. In my opinion, he's a top 5 slot corner in the league as well, with Kavon LeBlanc right behind him. So obviously, I mean, the depth at corner is a lot better, night and day difference in our secondary. So
yeah, I'm excited to see how they're used. It's really how they're used as well. I'm excited about Marquand Manuel. I think that was a big pickup for us.
Yeah,
Appreciate
I think so.
Let's see. Dak doesn't get a deal done, becomes a free agent. Greg Ward earned at least a shot. Absolutely.
I agree.
Plays with a chip on his shoulder, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Master P. Dot, what's going on? How's it going, guys? What up, Eagle Nation? Let's see. Miles Sanders, name starter, week 8, put up 800 rushing yards and 500 receiving. Think about that for a second.
It's
unbelievable. And he really was injured for the last, 3-4 weeks at least. I mean, he was nagging the whole time. I remember I think it was the second to last game that Cowboys won. I mean, the dude could barely get up, honestly.
Yep. Yeah, I'm impressed with Miles Sanders. Very impressed. Like you said, so the starter week 8. That's scary. That's scary what the potential that this kid can do, and a real steal. His attitude is just in a great place with us. So,
Gonzo says 2 questions. You think Hurts will play if Wentz doesn't show up? If Wentz isn't the answer, would you keep him, trade him, or cut him? I don't even know how to go about addressing this question. Like, what do you mean if he isn't the answer? Like, he's already proven to me he is the answer, really. I don't think Jalen Hurts is going to play quarterback, though, unless Wentz goes down again.
He's not even the backup right now. Hurts is technically not even the backup. Sudfeld's the backup, but he's going to be that gadget quarterback they put into game or whatever the hell they're using him. I mean, when I got off the phone after that pick in the second round, they had smiles on it. I mean, something's going on, so they were happy. I don't know. Like, this wasn't something that they just did to do it, but after a couple of weeks of hearing Howie Roseman after the draft, and then seeing why they did it, I understand they did it. I just think they did it a little too early. I think they probably could have got him a little later, but whatever they're going to use him for, it's going to be interesting. We're going to see.
I agree. Bester, what is going on? Brokey up in the building. By the way, guys, 65 people up in here. If you have not yet, just hit that like button on the stream. Helps push it out. And whatever channel you're here on, we can see both of the channels' comments at once. We are live streaming on 2 channels. Let us know if you enjoy these streams, and check out our channels. And if you like it, well, hit that subscribe. Help support your guys, man. Just grinding for you guys. Appreciate everyone that's up in here on a Saturday night.
Yep.
Mallory says Carson gets hurt in the first few weeks. Jalen Hurts does well in camp. Does Jalen get the chance to step up before Sudfeld? I mean, we just kind of answered that. I don't really see it, and maybe later in the season potentially, but Hurts still has to learn the offense. He's still in the NFL.
All right, here, look at this. So you get a backup quarterback in the second round, okay, or whatever he is. And for right now, you don't have to go after free agent quarterbacks every year. I mean, look at the Saints. Like, you extend Drew Brees 2 years. You know, you sign Hill to a 2-year, $16 million guaranteed. And then you go out and get Jameis Winston for a few extra dollars. I mean, every year the Eagles have to go after a free agent quarterback at this point. So when you have a guy like Jalen Hurts in the building, 4 years, 5th-year option, he's in the building for 4 to 5 years, knows the offense, been around Carson Wentz the whole time. And if he has to play, you put him in, and you're more comfortable putting him in because he's been around this team for a while. And you're not looking for, Josh McCown coming into a game where he has literally been sitting on pretty much being a sideline coach the whole entire year. And then the bad hit happens, he comes in, and then, that's pretty much what happens. But, when you have a guy like Hurts in here, plus he's young and a lot more to learn, going to be with Wentz, and the quarterback room is great. So I understand what Howie did with this pick. I understand why they did it. I just think they did it just a little bit early, which it kind of bothers me. But I think Howie kind of had a different plan, traded a pick to the Cowboys when they got their center, and took that pick and converted it into 4 picks, which was pretty good, getting John Hightower in the 5th, getting Quez in the 6th, picking up a couple offensive linemen in the process. And it worked out, I think, at the end. But having the back, obviously the second-round pick, it hurts because the first-round pick is your starter, should be on the field. The second-round pick is your starter, should be on the field. 3rd or 4th-round picks are usually your role players, guys that can fit into the scheme, that aren't really there yet but have the possibility to be that. And then your 4th to 7th is just guys that are either going to make it or they're not going to make it. So I understand what Howie did in the whole process of getting Jalen Hurts. Now, do I think Jalen Hurts is the most mobile quarterback? Not. I don't know if you think he's mobile, but I'm not really thinking he's not like a Hill like from the Saints. Like,
Yeah.
Do you think he's fast like with his feet? I mean, in college and in NFL are it's very different, but
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't see really the comparison to how he's going to be used like Taysom Hill. And again, if we really did go ahead and get him to potentially be a backup, maybe, try to get something out of him, why would we throw him out there and have him running the ball or whatever and have a chance of getting a knee buckled up or something,
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be used that way.
Right.
In my opinion.
We'll see.
Let me get to this. Shout out to my guy, Philly Notion, another great content creator on the come up. Appreciate the super chat, my guy. If you guys have not yet, go ahead and check him out. Says salute to RB and Joey. So happy we didn't make that desperation trade. 2 firsts, a third, and a player. Hell nah. And Kavon, we trust. I'm right there with you, Notion. I got big expectations, as you already know, my guy, for Kavon. Appreciate you again. If you guys have not yet, please go ahead and check out his channel. He's on the come up as well. Shout out to you, Philly Notion.
You too, bro.
Let's see. Eagle Slayer.
What's up, bro? How you doing, man?
What's going on? What's going on?
Chilling.
Let's see. Got a Cowboys guy up in here. What you looking at, man? What you looking at? Dave McKnight, Fly Eagles Fly. Appreciate you being up in here, my guy. Killins is a power back, so he should be clutch third down running back. I don't know if he's a power back.
I don't think he is. I don't think he's a – he can't be touched. Like, this guy could not – see, the difference between Sproles and Boston Scott is they're small guys. They have really big lower bodies. Killins is like 2 pounds soaking wet, literally. Like, he's very small. Like, doesn't have a big lower body at all. So I don't know. Like, he's got to get bigger and he's got to show. I don't know what I'm afraid of him even taking a big hit right now. But I mean, we'll see. But I really hope he doesn't get cut. I really hope he doesn't.
I agree. Trust the vibes. What do you guys think will happen at the corner 2 and slot corner spots? I think we're both in agreement on probably Nickel Roby-Coleman as a starting slot, maybe LeBlanc if something were to happen. But who would you go with right now, Avonte or Sidney Jones or someone else, in your opinion?
If I have to pick, then probably Avonte Maddox, most likely Avonte. Sidney Jones, I don't even know anymore with Sidney because they've thrown him to the outside, the inside, and just because he made a few plays like which look, I'm rooting for the kid if he does. The problem is that he's had more injuries than he's ever had. Between hamstring, these knick-knack injuries he's had, and I'm not really big on starting Sidney on the outside. I don't think it's a comeback year. I think this is like it. This is going to be his last year in Philadelphia. If he does something great, good. If not, then, I just think Avonte is just, I think the backfield speed is a lot better. I think he could chase people a lot more easy. Obviously, Avonte has his own, he bites on double moves and other stuff does happen to him. But Sidney Jones, I'm kind of done with the whole experiment with him now. I think that Achilles injury kind of messed everything up, and we took a chance and it didn't work out. So I think there's going to be some – I think he will get beat out of that spot if he competes. That's just me.
Yeah. I'm there with you. I think just given the experience, the system, and everything, I think Avonte is probably the way to go. Yeah. Unless we go ahead and sign someone. You never know.
Or they can move Grayland Arnold to corner because – there's a lot of safeties right now. At Grayland Arnold, he only played – I think he played corner his freshman year. And then throughout he moved to free safety after his freshman year, but they did move him around the field a little bit. So he does play the inside and outside corner spots. So Jim Schwartz might say, we have too much at safety. Let's try him at cornerback, see what he could do. So I wouldn't mind that either.
Yep. Slot corners, Nickel Roby-Coleman. If he's not, someone's on drugs. There you go. Michael Moran, what's going on, my guy? Appreciate you for tuning into the stream. Hope everything's well. Anthony Perry, leave Ertz alone. Yeah, I'm there with you, man. I'm there with you. Jay Koch, Dougie P is going to unleash Carson on the rollouts and bootlegs, what he's best at. That's the reason they got Hurts in case he gets hurt again. I mean, I'm not going to echo what Joey said earlier because I agree with it. Really, I would just say I'm not mad at the player or the pick. It's just the timing. What if Hurts doesn't step on the field once this year? We could have had a linebacker. How many times have we chirped about linebacker? There were plenty of guys on the board. Zach Bond is a guy I wanted. But then, again, he goes to a great team in the Saints. And, I guess we just got to see what happens.
Yep.
I just didn't like the timing. I don't think CD will help Dallas that much, to be honest. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what they do there.
All the pressure's on Dak Prescott this year. All the pressure. It's up to him.
Let's see. Michael Rivera, what is going on, man? What's going on?
What's up, bro?
Does Adams to Seattle affect Clowney to Seattle? Yeah, we had touched on that. I really think it does. I just don't see a way for him to go back to Seattle now. I really don't. I think he's going to end up with one of these teams that he wants to contend with, and I just see the Eagles presenting a great situation to him. It would be hard to turn down, in my opinion. But Cowboys don't need Goddard. Okay, come on, stop lying to yourself. Come on, you wish you had him.
Who the hell do they have? They got freaking. Oh, they signed him to a few years, I think. I forgot his damn name.
Is it Jarwin? Is that his name?
Yeah, Blake Jarwin. Yep.
Seems like they do because all the Cowboy fans cried when we drafted him. Oh, man. Superhero 18, what's going on, my guy? Says, sorry, I was working away on my real estate. All good, man. Appreciate you stopping by. What are your predictions for the Union versus Revolution? I have no clue, man. I have no clue. Let's see. Gonzo Ertz, Dallas Goddard, D-Jax went healthy, Jeffrey went healthy, Boston Scott and Miles Sanders are the Eagles' offensive power players.
I think this whole entire offense are just – I think the whole entire offense, not even just those guys specifically. I mean, Alshon Jeffrey, I've had my videos about Alshon Jeffrey. Not a big fan of him coming back, but, John Clark from NBC Philadelphia was like, everybody that knows Alshon Jeffrey, he knows he has a big chip on his shoulder. Yeah, you got that. So I hope he does. Like, I don't know how you feel about Alshon Jeffrey coming back. I'm not sure. I know he's been working his tail off this offseason, so I don't know what would you rather him got cut to give, open it up a little bit more, or do you not mind it too much?
I think with the direction we're going, I wouldn't have minded it at all if we cut him. I'm grateful for what Alshon did for us in 2017. Coming over from the Bears, I thought he was a number one, and I thought he contributed for us. Mm-hmm. I'm not mad if Alshon comes in a 3rd and 2, catches one over the middle, but he really can't take big hits anymore. And for $15 million towards the cap, I don't understand it. I don't understand how we didn't work something out. That's really the reason why I'm not a big fan of it, because I don't think he will live up anywhere close to that this season. And I think other guys are going to get more opportunities,
Yeah, plus he played on a torn rotator cuff, which I don't know how. I've known plenty of guys personally that have had torn rotator cuffs and can't even move. I mean, that was an amazing year for him. And he promised Carson Wentz an MVP. He promised a Super Bowl win, and look what happened.
Yeah, I'm grateful for all of that. But even now, given the situation that went on in the locker room, I don't know. I don't understand how he's still here. And do you really think he's going to get into the offense? I don't see a lot of plays designed for him, really.
I mean, he's going to be – 2021, he's going to cost $18 million. I mean, it's crazy for a possession receiver. I really think if JJ had stepped up, I mean, just shown something more last year, I don't think there's a chance he's on this roster at this point. No.
But I mean, JJ, I mean, what the hell, you know?
I mean, JJ's confused as well because when he was on that radio show and he was like, I didn't know where I was supposed to do in this. I don't know what I was meant for this offense. He was confused on the playbook. I mean, he was pretty confused. So, I mean, he made a few catches here or there, but even like those plays where these receivers make these big catches and then they run to the sideline. I'm like, get these guys hot and ready. Let's go. Like, what's with the put them to the sideline, bring somebody else? I mean, I guess it's the plays that they're doing. Even Brian Baldinger, I don't want to talk about him, but even Brian Baldinger, like, he had a video on the Eagles receivers. I think it was at the Miami game, and he was like, what are these receivers doing? Who is coaching these receivers? What are these route combinations? Like, it was that bad. So,
yeah. I mean, a guy that I love to listen to is Ray Didinger because I just think he's so knowledgeable about the game. And really, he was just talking, how are these guys running routes like this? And it must have been going on during practice. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way they can run routes, a lot better at practice and then come out on game day. And really, a lot of people thought the throws were off by Carson Wentz. I don't think it was as much of that. I really think these guys were just running routes that were not sharp by any means.
Yeah, miscommunication and just plus without speed, it's worse because nothing really opens up and you have to be really good. But I mean, we were trying to win with 2 tight end sets the whole year. So
yeah, I also think a lot was thrown at JJ in terms of his now the whole thing he talked about with being hurt, not being able to stand up, that kind of concerned me a little bit going forward. I mean, he's young. But if he needs to step up and be that X receiver for us, I mean, we need that guy. I think JJ has to be that guy.
Yeah, Howie's expecting big things from him this year. I mean, you can't cut a second-round pick. I know it's easy to say cut him, but at the same time, like, he needs good coaching, and he needs to, like, look, this could be another Nelson Aguilar type year. This could be a Nelson Aguilar 2017 year where we traded Jordan Matthews to the Bills. We got Ronald Darby. And then we were like, wait, whoa. Nelson Aguilar is our starting receiver, and we were all flipping the hell out over it. We're saying, and then 2017, that training camp, everyone's like, oh, Nelson looks better. He looks fast. I'm like, can you guys stop? He's going to drop every pass. And then all of a sudden, 600 to 800 yards later, making some fantastic plays, just too many down years than positive years, unfortunately for him. And hopefully JJ doesn't run into that same effect. Caught a few passes, but there were some bad passes from Wentz, but I don't think there were bad passes. I just think that these receivers are just in the wrong spot where they were supposed to be. Yep. And when you get new guys coming on the field, literally off the street from McDonald's, you're pretty much like there's no chemistry buildup. Like, you're just practicing. Like, if they're just coming into practice for a game and they're brand new receivers that Carson has to try to get one-on-one with. Like, look what happens when him and Deshaun were the whole entire offseason. Like, it was like nothing. Yep. So it's all about that chemistry. That's why Carson brings the guys out. I know there was that short little video on Jalen Rieger's Instagram or whatever happened. He had Quez out there and Marquise Goodwin and a few other guys out there. So it was nice. It was nice to see that happen.
Yep. I agree 100%. Gonzo, since Nick Foles left the Eagles, team hasn't been the same since. Y'all can laugh at the Cowboys, but we both didn't have a great season last year. I mean, when it comes down to it, we weren't expected to do anything. Our backs were against the wall. We were just playing with house money, and we went to the playoffs. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. I mean, the Cowboys were a disappointment, as they usually are. But
like when we lost that Seahawks game, like, I was at the game, and I wasn't even mad about it. I was like, we literally fought to the end. Like, we fought all the way till the end, and yeah, I'll always remember 2019 will be the year of the practice squad. Like, that's my saying of 2019, the year of the practice squad, because pretty much we were putting everything on the shoulders of all these new guys. So, I mean, I think when it started happening, with the Josina Anderson, Alshon Jeffrey stuff, the burner counts, the Nelson Aguilar burner counts, all that stuff that was going on, that once both of them were hurt and they were off this roster, these new guys came on the roster, these new receivers, and it was like a breath of fresh air. It was like brand new receiver core, young guys, hungry. Like, it was just so nice to see like new faces that were like, this is my only chance. I'm going to be on national television making plays on an NFL level and to show what I got. And these guys did prove it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. like you said, I wasn't even the only thing I was mad about was the fact that Carson Wentz didn't get to finish the game.
Yeah, that was it.
Because I really feel, and I still feel this way, that we would have won that game. I mean, we were in it, really down to the wire with Josh McCown. I don't know. I don't think the Seahawks played that well either, and I think we had a good shot.
Yeah, no, I think McCown didn't do bad at all. He was working the pocket really nice, but like there were times where he threw like a few off passes that were a little off, but in the pocket he just couldn't find anybody open for a while. I mean, we just couldn't get open. But the first 8 plays of the game, I'm like, here we go, run, same play every time. They're being, like I could tell what play they're doing just by the formation. And it looked like the same old micro OC offense. And Miles Sanders wasn't even like 60% healthy. I mean, he was in bad shape going to that game anyway, but he didn't care, obviously. So, and Wentz just like couldn't get any passes off, and it was just bad. And Jordan Howard was cleared to play, but for some reason he didn't play. He didn't play with that stinger injury pretty much since the Bears game, and he was out and finally got cleared, never played. So I think you're right about, pretty much Carson going down was like the big blow. Is like this guy just has bad luck. Like when the time comes, he just has that luck. I don't know what it is, but hopefully it changes this year.
Yep. Philly Notion, do you think Clowney will sign somewhere soon after the Seattle signing? I mean, I really can't see it being much longer. I don't know about you, but
he said by training camp. I mean, a bunch of guys, even Devonta Freeman, he actually just hired a new agent a couple of days ago. Drew Rosenhaus is his new agent now, and Drew Rosenhaus said that he's finding players to sign right before training camp. So most of these guys want to head. Obviously, they don't want to miss training camp with their teammates. So hopefully, I just want to see where these guys go. Even if they don't go to the Eagles, I kind of just want to see where they go.
Yep. Yep. I agree. Let's see. Goodwin is fried if he thinks he can take Hill in a race. Tyreek's trying to race everybody. Let's see. Killins can have the physique of a Tyreek Cohen if he puts on a bit more weight.
Yeah, what, like 40 pounds?
He's small, man. He's small.
You guys don't understand how small he is. It's bad.
The game plan is Carson will do what he does best. That's roll out and bootlegs playing quarterback on the run. I think that's like really a big topic. Like I've heard a lot of people on both sides. Like, some people want Carson to stay in the pocket just because they don't want to see him get hurt again. But others, like myself, say, you got to let Carson do what he does best. You got to let him expand. I mean, that's really what makes him him. You know what I mean? Back in 2017, coming out of piles, he's all but down, and he finds a way to make a play. I think that's really what is just an element that not a lot can touch. And I think you got to let him do that. And whatever happens, really happens. You just got to be smarter, to be honest.
Yeah, you can't change a quarterback. Like, you know what? Like I think the one thing that Carson had to do was protect himself better. I think he actually leads all quarterbacks in fumbles the past few years because he's lost the ball a lot. There's times but the problem is like I know for a fact that half the time if someone's chasing him if there's a defender chasing him, he knows there's someone there. But because he just wants to be that guy that makes a big play out of every single play that he gets. When he has the ball in his hands, he tries to extend a play as long as possible. He doesn't want to run out of bounds. He doesn't want to slide. You know what I mean? So I understand, but you don't want to handicap a quarterback. You look at RG3's rookie year as well. Like they pretty much try to turn him into a different quarterback. You can't do that. You got to let him beat Carson Wentz. Let him be that quarterback we know from 2017. I know he still got it. So if we criticize Carson Wentz and we flip out, it's because we know he could do better. If I call him names or say something about his wife or whatever it is, how bad it is, it's because I know he can play better at the end of the day. And we know what he could do. So,
yep. Got to hold your guys accountable,
That's it.
Big Rem says, which 5 receivers will the Eagles keep on the active roster? I think they'll keep at least 6, to be honest.
Yeah, 100%.
Let's see. Yeah, it's Spider says, I feel like the Eagles are going to have a lot more than 5 receivers on a roster. Yeah.
I would love for them to keep more.
Well,
hold on. But there's no room, though. Like,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Rieger, all right, so Deshaun Rieger, Marquise Goodwood, John Hightower, Quez Watkins, Greg Ward, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. Who am I missing? That's 7.
Did you say Alshon in there?
No, I don't think so. That's 8. That's what I'm saying. And we trade for Marquise Goodwood. It's like,
yeah,
I think they're just piling people at that position.
I
don't blame them.
I think one of Quez or John Hightower could potentially make it. Alshon, I mean, who the heck knows? Really, who knows? I think they have to go with JJ just to give him another shot. I mean, he's only second-year guy.
Right.
Greg Ward, another one. I mean, I think Greg Ward can start in the slot. I do. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. A lot of people are even down on Djax. I'm not. I think Djax is going to have a huge year.
He's looking towards that Hall of Fame. That's what he's looking towards right now.
Yep.
Definitely.
Let's see.
I remember they asked him this offseason. He's like, "Oh, so with Jalen Rieger coming, like, so he's the first, how do he's the the number one receiver on the team." He's like, "He ain't the number one receiver. I'm the number one receiver."
Yep. I love it. I know we've said this time and time again, but just week 1, like I cannot tell you, I was jumping off my seat. Especially, I think that was the longest passing touchdown of the year. Wentz to Djax, and that was week 1. I mean, it was a bomb, 2 bombs week 1. It was crazy. I don't know, just the connection between those two.
Yeah, just imagine having that for 16 games plus what we have.
God, it just makes me so much more inspired about what Wentz did. Like, just think about how restrained he was.
Yep.
Man, shout out to all 50 people still up in here, guys. If you have not yet, hit the like button on the stream. Check out both channels. Hit that subscribe if you like the content. 2 great content creators here. My guy, Joeyshakes, one of the most consistent Eagles content creators. Been in it for some time. He just keeps getting better, man. You got a nice new setup there. Loving it, man. You guys got to check him out, man.
Yeah, if you guys haven't subscribed to RB, seriously, because I only cover the Eagles. Obviously, he covers the Sixers. He's coming out with the Sixers videos, the Phillies as well, because the seasons are pretty much starting at the same time now. Everything's kind of starting up. So please give this guy support. Really do appreciate everybody doing that. Deserves all the success of the world. So
let's see. Philly Notion, are you fellas worried about our cap next year? I think Howie will find a way.
Yeah,
like
$50 million over the cap. I mean, it's only $50 million. No, it's when it comes to Howie Roseman, the numbers. No, I don't. I'm not really worried about it. He's a wizard with the numbers. He's gonna be like restructured, pay cut, and then he's gonna be like, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna cut some people. So look for an overhaul. If you look at the numbers, the Eagles are actually the 8th youngest team this year. The 8th. And then next year, 2021, we're going to be one of the top youngest teams in the league. Definitely. Yep.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think the Eagles ever go out and pull the trigger on a, solidified number 1 receiver for Carson Wentz? Well, I don't know what you think about Alshon, if you thought he was, a number 1.
No.
I don't think he was, but I still thought he was our top option. But really, I want to see them give Carson Wentz that guy. I mean, all the talks through the years with McNabb and everything about how they don't give these guys the big options. Obviously, T.O. is an exception, but
right.
I don't know. I really want to see Wentz with that kind of guy, which is why we went out and got D-Hop, but
that was getting Alshon Jeffrey was such a big move. I think Philadelphia, the fans were so excited because before that, we haven't had a good receiver in the building in a while. And we were so desperate for one. And the crazy thing is Alshon turned down the Vikings, turned down the Colts. The Colts ended up, I think the Colts got in that deal very late, and he took less money, less security to come to Philadelphia to win a Super Bowl and make Carson Wentz an MVP candidate. So, we were just desperate at the time. We were like, we actually have a receiver in the building. So it was really exciting. It was.
Yeah. And if, coming off that whole stretch, I don't even like to say the guy's name up in here, Chip Kelly. I mean, that was just a disgrace. We were just, it was like a charge going out and getting Alshon, getting some of these other pieces. Because Wentz, a lot of people don't like to mention the rookie year. By the way, did not get hurt that year, except in the preseason. Had a little injury. Mm-hmm. But it didn't affect him throughout the year. But he was throwing the ball to Dorial Green Beckham. I mean, and he still managed to win 7 games. So Jordan Matthews and Dorial Green Beckham.
Yikes.
D. La Rock, love this comment. Thank you for this. Says, I'm just here so I don't get signed. Says Dak. Oh, man. I love it. Howie's a cap genius. People get nervous that we're going to be in cap hell. I believe Howie will get it done. He always finds a way. Not going to disagree with that. 2019 Year of the Practice Squad, a story for the grandchildren I may never have.
True that.
Do you also do Sixers highlights? I think that's a question for you. Shout out to you on the highlight videos, by the way.
Yeah, no, the highlight videos, surprisingly, like I love doing them because I love just, and sometimes I rewatch them a lot of times as well. But no, I really don't. I don't touch on Sixers or Phillies anything really. I'll watch them if they're on TV. My situation is changing, so I'll probably be watching a lot more baseball and basketball soon. So, but no, I'm just sticking to football highlights right now, as of right now. So,
Sparks, what is going on? Appreciate you tuning up in here. Let's see. Did you talk about the Jamal Adams trade? Yeah, we did for about like 20 minutes in the beginning. So, and we've touched on it a couple times. Let's see. Carson was second in fumbles with 16 under Daniel Jones, who had 18.
Yikes.
Woo.
Scary.
Tyreek Cohen, 5'6" at 174 pounds. Wow. How about them Phils? There we go. Like it. Jim Schwartz is about to have a blast with this defense. I've heard you talk about, multiple times, like, finally they gave him the man at corner. I'm excited to see what he does,
He's got talent in this defense. He actually has talent. Like, he actually has the guy actually has talent. He actually has Darius Slade, Nicole Roby-Coleman. He's going to know a lot how to use some of these guys, move them around. You bring Will Parks into this defense as well, which I know he's a safety, but they'll definitely, because in Denver, they moved him all over the place. So you got to look out for that as well. But I'm telling you, this is going to be probably the best defense, probably the best year Jim Schwartz is going to have to play with his toys a little bit. So,
yeah. Let me ask you, is there any way in your mind, is Jim Schwartz on the hot seat this year?
I don't think so because, Howie Roseman's the GM and they give him whatever they can give him as talent-wise, and he has to use it in any way possible. I just don't think – I thought we weren't even going to have him this year. I thought he was going to be go be a head coach. That's what I thought. But I'm really glad he's here as of right now. So I don't know if he's on the hot seat, but I wouldn't say hot seat, but I would say maybe he'll try to find a higher position, maybe try to be a head coach next year. It might happen. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm not sure.
Broke, he says, I don't want Hightower making the roster. Killins, 5'7" at 165 last time I heard.
Yeah.
Let's see. I mean, he's still throwing 65 plus completion percent of his passes and putting us in a position to win football games. Even with the injury risk, I'm still a Wentz homie. Always, man.
Of course.
Always. Biff Burgerberg, do you think Andre Dillard would work good with Kavon Wallace? I'm confused.
I'm really confused.
I'm just a little bit confused.
I read it before you read it, and I'm like, I don't know about this.
Explain. Yeah, Jay. What? Oh, man. D-Jack's chip will be a boulder. Let's see. Yo, that mic is cool.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it, bro.
Yo, chill. Derek, my guy. Yo, RB, what up, bro? Sub count getting higher and higher every day. Just working, man. Just grinding, putting out content. Appreciate my guy, Derek. Amazing YouTuber for the Colts, actually.
Oh, nice.
Which we played this year. Collabed with him a couple times. Dude knows his football. Shout out to him. Let's see. Eagles will go with at least 6 receivers. I like it.
Yep.
Howie Roseman is a cap god. I'm not worried. Yeah, he is.
Yep.
Dude works crazy, man. Remember when they shoved him in an office by himself?
Put him in the back of the building for over a year.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Djax, Alshon, JJ, Rhaegar, Quez, Goodwin, and Ward is my roster. So you got 7 out of the 8.
Quez, Goodwin, no Hightower.
No Hightower.
I could see that. I could see it. It's not bad.
Quez really, for me, could be that star that comes late in the draft and just a big play type of guy, to be honest. I saw the practice players grinding it out. That's why I have respect for the Eagles. It's just the starters ain't getting it done without the players I've already picked out. I can't talk to Cowboys fans because I lose brain cells by the chunks.
The chunks, he says.
Stop hating on the Dallas Cowboys, gangster. Hey, I'm not hating, man. I'm just speaking the truth, man. I just, you know what I mean? I see things before they happen. I try to tell you. And it's not even my team. I just see things before they happen. But you guys don't want to listen to me. RB, never, ever say those 2 words again. Chip Kelly. Yeah, it's banned from this chat, from this live stream.
But you got to say this, though. Without Chip Kelly, we wouldn't have a Super Bowl right now.
That's the only thing. You know,
it's bad. It's crazy. Like, if it was 2050, would you say in 2 years we're winning a Super Bowl? Would you call someone crazy for saying that?
I would probably call him crazy before the Chip Kelly era. But and even during the Chip Kelly, like, it just pisses me off. Like, I can't even talk about it. You know what I mean? Like, the dude, all I'll say, there's 2 things I'll say. One, I've noticed this trend where all bad players or coaches from Philly end up going to San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's Chip Kelly, Riley Cooper, Gabe Kapler, you go ahead and name the rest. Number 2, Chip Kelly got as far away from Philly as possible. And if he ever steps foot back in the city, it's not going to look good for him.
Dude, we were playing Chip Kelly the next year when he was on San Fran. Like, we had San Fran the year after 15, and I was like hoping to God. I think we had a home game against San Francisco the next year. I'm like, he got fired. I was like, damn, man, if he stepped to that stadium, I am telling you.
It's my eternal sin that I wanted Chip Kelly when he was coaching Oregon. You know, you remember that one trade? I mean, they keep bringing it up. How he almost mortgaged our whole future for Marcus Mariota.
It was like 5 picks plus Fletcher Cox. He's like, I'm like, for what? That's what Adam Schefter said on the draft, or whoever. It was Adam Schefter or Ian Rappaport. He was like, yeah, like Chip Kelly, forget Mariota, which does he? Yeah, he's with the Raiders now, I think. But Jesus Christ, man! Like, imagine if that happened. Oh my! It
would not be good. And then Chip leaves the next year, and we're left with Mariota and who? Like, come on now. Oh my gosh! All I'm saying is that guy better not come back to Philadelphia. I mean, they said he used to walk through the team facilities and just walk right past people in the morning and not even take the morning.
What? Oh man!
Oh my God, man!
Dick.
He just didn't get it. Oh yeah, Jim Schwartz and Slay were on the same team. I forgot about that. Yep. I think they were for like his first year, I believe. I forget.
When he was head coach, yeah.
Yeah. Washington football team is coming for the Eagles. Interesting. You need to be coming for them damn trademarks. That's what you need to be coming for first and foremost.
Just hide yourself, bro, because like hail to the football team. That's what that's called.
It should be hail to the Nothing else. It shouldn't even be football team. It should just be Washington.
Dude, it sounds like a peewee football team. I'm not even kidding.
I mean, I could say Washington football team, and I could pick any team in Washington. I could pick a team. I could pick this team. I mean,
yeah, it's not too specific, but
I play for the football team. PR52. If we don't do well this season on defense, does Schwartz get fired? Yeah, we kind of touched on that.
It has to be really bad. Like, it has to be like a losing season, like badly.
Oh, man. Not really. The defense has been consistently solid in his tenure. Yeah, when we were healthy, I do agree.
Yeah, definitely.
Connor Murphy, what is going on, my guy? What's up, RB? Been a minute since I tuned in. Been busy a lot. Shout out to you. Hey, go check out my guy Joeyshakes too. You'll love his content.
Appreciate it, bro.
Maybe after week 3 of 2016, Schwartz becomes a head coach, but not anymore. RB, loved your Sixers vid, but put down the Kool-Aid. Ben hit 1-3 and you returned. Reminder, it was a scrimmage. Sixers is about to be out of here. Stop talking. You're a Nets fan. Stop. Philly Notion. We can agree on the Eagles, man, but you're a Nets fan. They don't have players. Stop it. Stop it. But that game reaction energy is going to be something different, man.
Yeah, he had 2. He missed 1 and made the other, right?
Yeah. And he's going to be shooting it. I told you, Philly Notion. I told you. Jay Bands, the box is going to be shut down completely against Seattle with Jamal and Bobby there. RIP, our tight end duo. What do you think about that?
I mean, yeah, you could say that, but I mean, what about their cornerbacks? What about, Doug? It's all about why we have Doug with these offensive assistants. Now it's all going to be about the game planning now. So if they lock away 2 of our tight ends, what else do you have on the field that's going to cause? If you have Deshaun Jackson on the field, if you have Jalen Reagor on I'm telling you, it's not going to. It's like they look at us like we're a joke, but I'm telling you, keep dogging on us. Let the media keep dogging on us. Let all the other fan bases think we're going to be an easy sweep team. You know what? You guys are going to see, and guys are going to find out. I'm telling you.
Always. John Hightower is a 6'2" deep threat. Why count him out? Huge playmaker, decent routing. Yeah. RB, I found myself saying at work to my coworkers that the Eagles have a really good shot at the Super Bowl. I honestly believe it more I look at it. Colts versus Eagles, Super Bowl 2021. Colts are another one, man. People are sleeping on them.
Frank Reich.
Love Frank Reich, man. He put Howie in that hole for a year. He came out smelly like Andy Dufresne, Shawshank. Yep. RB just speaking the truth. You already know, man. No, we do. Howie didn't get it done in the 2019 draft for the Eagles. We're talking about the 2019 draft here? Come on.
No.
I mean, how can you say that when we drafted Miles Sanders? I don't get it.
It's an excuse.
Yeah.
Your profile picture on YouTube ain't getting it done, bro. Might want to change that.
Look like you're holding something in right there. Astronaut kid Ben Simmons should be Defensive Player of the Year. Yeah. He should definitely be in contention for it. I like Hightower more than Quez. His ball tracking and route running is great.
I know. There's people that I've heard a lot more Quez over Hightower than Hightower over Quez.
PR52 says, I was the only one that said Chip was bad in 2013. Then the troll himself says, Chip Kelly needs to come back to Philly. Then John B says, if it wasn't for Chip Kelly, we wouldn't have had Zach Ertz. And
That's true.
Issuing says, don't ever talk again.
There's a lot of ups and downs with all that. Trust me.
Let's see. John Hightower wearing 82 in honor of Mike Quick and Torrey Smith. He needs to make them proud this season, especially for Mike Quick.
Mm-hmm.
I think he can make the roster. I do. I think one of them 2 guys. I'm telling you, I got a feeling. Let's see. Am I late? I've been on here almost 2 hours at this point. It's crazy. Appreciate all 50 people still up in here, guys. Hit that like button for sure. Subscribe to the channels. Let's see. Imagine being a fan of the football team. There you go. Just remember, RB, the Jets may have won the trade, but they still will have no idea what to do with them draft picks. Still dysfunction with Gase at the helm. Pretty much everything my guy Joeyshakes was saying. I mean,
true.
he says he knows Jets fans, and I mean,
when I see Jet fans get excited, like you're getting excited for no reason. Like you just,
yep. Superhero 18. That's a perfect name for them. Phase Philly take with RB. Your laugh is weird. Well, first off, you have to spell the word right. All right. Second off, that's fine, man. It's different. It's unique. You're weird. All right. Come on. Washington isn't their permitted name. It's temporary. I wonder what they will pick.
This is what I don't get. Like I heard that it's not temporary, but the news came from NFL that they're going to be putting out their gear on NFL Shop and Fanatics. So what is the point of spending money? Here's the next question. Not even just that, but what if they wear Redskin jerseys going to the stadium? That's another question. Are they going to be allowed? Or are they going to get kicked out? Like,
I don't know. That's a good point, though.
I mean, I don't care, but just.
I mean, well, here's the thing you forgot about. They don't have fans that go to the stadium. You know what I mean? So it's not going to be an issue.
Yeah, you're right. They'll just put like jerseys over the seats or something.
They'll put cardboard cutouts. Like
I couldn't believe when I saw that today. I was like, did they seriously do that?
It's crazy. You got people making the ugliest faces sitting behind home plate. It's bad. It's bad. Oh man. Camel Wolf, what's going on, man? Astronaut Kid could see the Sixers going to the finals or third round. I'm there with you. Back again for another game reaction tomorrow. If you guys like Sixers content as well, I do that. Let's see. What are the odds the Eagles win versus Seahawks now that Adams is there? I thought either way it's going to be a hard game. It's one of our tougher games for me. Might be maybe the toughest, just given our track record with Seattle. Obviously makes it a lot harder, but it's going to be a good game, you know? I wish we could have the link filled against Seattle, but
yeah, well, I mean, if they allow some people there, it'd be all right. But I mean, it's a game we have to win. I mean, Carson's pretty much been an unfair matchup. It's just been a bad luck on the Eagles side with this matchup, and you know we're gonna have to fight in a couple of games, not just that game, but they're gonna have to fight. So
yeah. It's crazy, though. The best throw I've ever seen Carson Wentz make, I know we talk about the Miles Sanders one, the Corey Clement one. Honestly, the best throw I've seen him make was the one to Nelson Aguilar off 1 foot. You know what I'm talking about? The game against Seattle. I think it was late.
Oh, Michael Bennett chasing him, and he goes to the right. He was moving to the right, and he just threw it.
He's being drugged down off 1 foot and throws it like 40 yards to Nelson Aguilar. It was like 17-3 at that time. We ended up getting a touchdown, but losing. It was our Super Bowl year, I believe.
Right.
That was a crazy throw. I mean, that was ridiculous. Seattle has good corners too. Trey Flowers decent, and Shaquille Griffin is good. Hope we beat them though. Yeah, they're a good roster. They got a good roster. Let's see. I wonder what Bill Davis is doing lately. Those defenses were trash, but they were also elite at stopping the run. The one thing Chip said that was true. Does he have a job somewhere? I'll let Shakes answer that. All I'll say is I hated Billy Davis. I mean, it's just a bad scar in my mind.
He was just like a yes man for Chip Kelly. Like, that's all he was. Like, I couldn't stand the way we played defense. I couldn't stand the way how we never subbed people out. These guys would be on the field like the whole entire game. I mean, we had probably the best stamina defensive players in the league because they never, ever got off the field. Malcolm Jenkins probably one of them. He played – it was funny. He got an interview, I think, for that Super Bowl that year, and I think he said the amount of snaps that he played in that with Billy Davis's defense, it amounted to 2 extra games. Like, that's how crazy it was. Like –
yo.
And he's been, you know, healthy like crazy. So I mean, he's been never missed a game for the Eagles. I mean,
it's just like our DB's coach that just Corey Unlin. that just got a promotion. I don't understand, man.
No, he had dinner with the. I have no idea.
I don't get it, man.
I think he's friends with Matt Patricia. I think that's what I found out.
He has to be. That's what I figured.
Like out of all the cornerback coaches,
yeah. Master P. Quez Watkins wearing number 80 in honor of Chris Carter, Irving Fryer, James Thrash, and Jordan Matthews. He should make them proud this season. Speaking of Jordan Matthews, that just rung a bell in my head. Someone, I think it was like yesterday, they just tweeted out, they were like, I wonder how many games Jordan Matthews will play for the Eagles this season. I feel like he finds his way back every year, somehow, some way.
When he came back, he didn't do anything. I thought maybe he would have did something, but it was just, it's over now. Like, it was just over.
Didn't he have like one touchdown and like that was it?
Yeah. Yep.
Bro, every game is 50-50. I mean, we got some good opponents on the schedule, but I just like where they're placed, and I love our bye week right in the middle.
Yep.
I love just like, for example, I could easily see the Eagles starting out 3 or 4-0, to be honest. But yeah, we got a couple rough stretches in there.
Yep.
Let's see. Shakes bang dude's profile drawn like that.
True, bro.
Oh man.
I don't do close-ups of my face on my profile picture ever.
Right.
Ever.
They keep dogging on us. We love it when they do, though. That's how we thrive and conquer. We love being the underdogs. I'm perfectly fine with being the underdog. They were saying instead of going to the game with masks, we can just wear underdog masks. I mean, there we go.
That's it.
All right. So since he keeps spamming this question, I'm just going to address it. Who do you think is going to cover CeeDee Lamb? Look, you have CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, and Amari Cooper. Amari's not showing up against Big Play Slay. Now, whichever corner that we put on Michael Gallup, that might be honestly the most exposed matchup because Nickel Roby-Coleman will be on CeeDee Lamb. Obviously, he's not going to stop him every possession. It's not what corners do. But it's not going to be the biggest exposure as you think it is. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, because like we talk about other receivers, we talk about our other receivers we have, but we're saying, hey, we need to see him hit the field. But like this guy and probably a million others are saying that when they talk about CeeDee Lamb, like they already know what he's going to do when he hits the field. But you don't know what Dak Prescott's going to do this year. It's like you're already saying that CeeDee Lamb is going to like be rookie of the year at this point, and it's
crazy.
Kind of downplaying it.
Then again, they think they're going to have 3 1,000-yard receivers, which is funny to me. Dude's profile looking Aki. Oh man!
If Amari Cooper can stay healthy for 1 year too, because he's healthy, he's always got these little injuries every year. That's why the Raiders got rid of him too. I know 2 Raiders fans I'm friends with, and they couldn't stand Amari Cooper because he just had shoulder, thigh injury, ankle injury, just nonstop. It was nonstop injuries.
Yep, and maybe if he shows up on the road for once, that would help too. Everybody makes fun of my laugh. I sound like I took a dose of helium. There you go. Yeah, I mean, that guy, I don't even think he commented again. Weirdos, man. Joey, they don't have fans. I was talking about Washington. Philly 559, my dude, what is going on? What's going on? Appreciate you being up in here, my guy. Caleb the GOAT, a Cowboys fan, what's going on, but can actually have a conversation. Respect to you, my guy. Who else is excited for Kavon Wallace? I'm excited, man. I'm telling you, I have a prediction that he's going to start by like week 3 or 4.
Oh.
And he's going to lay the line on somebody. Maybe a little bit later because of not a regularly scheduled camp and everything. But I think he's going to find his way in. I do. I think he's going to lay the line on somebody.
Yeah, no, we usually do 3 safety sets too sometimes. So he'll definitely get playing time regardless. But yeah. I'm so excited for him. He's probably probably the top guy I'm excited for this year, honestly.
Yep. I don't understand why everyone hates on Philly. They talk about Wentz being injury prone, but they will say Watson's a top 5. He's been hurt more than Wentz in fewer years and had a top option in DeAndre Hopkins, by the way. But it's just the media. It's every Philly sport. I don't know why. They just hate Philly. They can't stand us.
Yeah, even when they talk about like, oh, these quarterbacks, like how they are out of the pocket or extending plays, and Wentz does that like every single game and makes these crazy throws out of the pocket when he's extending plays, and like they're making a big deal out of other players doing it when they do it once per like every few games, and Wentz does it almost like every game pretty much. You know what I mean? It's just disrespect. I don't know why.
Crazy. They tend to highlight what these guys can't do, which is very minimal compared to what they can do, and that's what pisses me off. Derek says Jets fans with trades are like Browns fans in the preseason. They always get finessed, and even if they won the moment, it results in some bad turnout later on. Dumb minds think alike. Well said.
That was perfect. That was perfect, Derek, how you just said that. Because in the moment of when good things happen, it's they think like they're on top of the world, but always something always happens. Doesn't matter what it is.
Yep. Cowboys offense and Eagles offense is going to be good to see now against – I don't know.
I don't know what that is. It looks like a boot.
I thought it was a gaming chair.
Yeah, actually, it might be. I honestly don't know.
Oh, man.
That's not a customer.
And then he says Seattle. That means Seattle. Okay, I got you. But I feel you. Tell me why I was asleep and woke up like, oh crap, the live stream with RB. There you go. I love it.
You're here. It's all that matters.
Our offense is top 6 or 7, has the potential to be top 5.
Yes, it does.
I think we're up there in the top 10. I do. We have to beat the Saints also and show up against the Niners. Our schedule has some competition. I'm glad because we will see who can step up. That's a good point. I like going out and beating the best. You know what I mean? I like making a statement against some of these bigger teams. Saints is going to be a tough game too.
Yeah, it is. Malcolm Jenkins coming back to the link. It's going to be an emotional day for him.
If you look at like what the Saints did, I mean, their draft was almost like flawless too. They just upgraded everywhere, like good pieces here and there. They got Cesar Ruiz, who's, I mean, I know him growing up. They got Zach Bond. I mean, they're a good team.
Yep.
Jalen Reagor wearing number 18 in honor of Ben Hawkins and Jeremy Maclin. Gonna make them proud and rep it loud. I like it, man. I like it.
Yep.
Josh Sweat breakout season if Derek doesn't show up. Thoughts? I know you're high on Josh Sweat, right?
I'm all right with him. Like I want to see what Jannard Avery does. I think a lot of people like forget he's on the roster. I think Jannard Avery is a tad bit better than Josh Sweat explosiveness off the line. I mean, Josh Sweat has gotten really a lot better. I mean, I don't know if he'll ever he won't. I don't think Josh Sweat is ever going to become a Pro Bowler or he's going to be something crazy. I mean, he's his numbers have definitely gone up the past couple seasons. So I'm excited to see what Josh Sweat does this year. But don't leave Jannard Avery out of the mix either, because that's another name you got to watch as well.
Yep. Carson did that same one-footed throw to Nelson against the Pats at the end of the game, and Nelson dropped it. Yep.
He did it with Mac Hollins as well, I think. I forgot what game that was. Oh, God, Mac Hollins. All right, I'm done.
You killed it.
Mac Hollins was the man.
Yeah, the man who was literally a waste of space. Like
he literally was.
I didn't understand why he was continually, on the roster every week.
You know what's messed up? He went to the Dolphins and like they threw him like a 40-yard pass. Like they worked him into that offense nicely. Like, and I'm sitting here like, Wisniewski, left guard Wisniewski leaves here, starts for the Chiefs. Like, I don't get what we're doing. LJ Fort, another guy that I didn't want off this team because his preseason was fantastic, and he got a big contract from Baltimore. Like, I don't even get it. I don't get it.
Well, that's Mike Grove for you.
Oh yeah.
Ever since he said he didn't know how to utilize Golden Tate, I was done. Out of every team on our schedule, what defenses do you think can keep up with our offense? I would say the Ravens.
Yeah,
probably the Seahawks. Saints aren't too bad on defense. There's some good defenses in there. I'm not going to lie. We got some good defenses on there. Even Washington, I think, might have a good defensive line, like a very good defensive line.
Oh, their front is great. I mean, like their corners, Ronald Darby's there, but I mean.
Oh, that's burnt toast.
I mean, who knows? He might be a Pro Bowler next year. Who knows? Maybe he'll be another player that leaves here, becomes somewhere, become something great.
Crazy. It happens in like all Philly sports. I don't get it. Our offense is top 3 or back to number 1. You think so, Camo Wolf? You think so? What does that say, though, if you can't win the division?
All they care about is winning the division. All they care is that little participation trophy after the 16th game of the year. I mean, that's pretty much it.
Yep. RB, seen both of our player interviews we had this week. I don't know if you've been trying to get a hold of guys. If you need a link, I know Cody knows how to get a hold of agents. That'd be dope, man. Yeah, I checked them out. It was crazy. I think you guys are doing – honestly, I think you guys have the best Colts podcast on YouTube. Getting player interviews up in there. I love it. My birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday, my guy.
Happy birthday, bro.
Let's see. So ready for the Bengals game. So many comparisons between Carson and Joe. I just think the Bengals are going to be the same old Bengals, man. Not Joe Burrow's fault, but just
I just don't get the moves that they make. Like I don't get like AJ Green gets franchise tagged at 31. Like makes no sense. Like you franchise tag a guy over 30 years old. Like I don't get it. I really don't.
I've heard they have like the cheapest owners like ever. Like, yeah. Imagine, I mean, the last time we played the Bengals, it wasn't pretty. So,
oh yeah, that was
disgusting. Let's see. My guy, Steven Conrad Jr. What's going on, bro? What's good, fellas? Love seeing the Philly community come together. My guy, another great content creator, does Eagles, Sixers, I think Phillies too. It's my guy, man. If you guys haven't, check him out as well. Philly 559, Kavon Wallace is going to stop CD. Let's see. What did you think of Tyreek calling out Marquise Goodwin? Tyreek likes to talk a lot, you know.
Yeah, it's just the normal.
If Josh Sweat has a breakout season, Eagle Nation should sing a song called Sweat Blood, apart from the movie School Days.
I don't know. I've never heard of it, so I have to wait. Sweat Blood. No idea.
Philly Talk podcast still up in here. My guy Nate. J-Bands, Amari Cooper's last game against Big Play Slay, 3 catches, 38 yards, no touchdowns, and was targeted 8 times. Say it louder.
It's crazy.
Hey, Camo Wolf and Barn, why are you guys like fighting in the chat? Like taking up a lot of space here. Anthony Perry, Kavon will beast. Bull is hungry. I think he's so hungry. Let's see. Man, they hated on AI and Dr. J. I mean, who hates Dr. J, right? It's just a Philly thing. They don't like us. We don't care. Let's go, Birds. HT, what's going on, bro? Appreciate you being up in here, my guy. Says, yo, Camo. He's always coming at Camo Wolf. Eagles went 7-9 2 years in a row, and then without the Super Bowl, Eagles went 9-7 2 years in a row after that. Derek, great stream, guys. Got to get going. Have to work, but hey, want to hop on a live stream? Yeah, we should definitely get up on something, my guy. Have a good night, too. Should the Eagles retire Malcolm Jenkins' jersey when he retires? What do you think?
I mean, ultimately, it's up to the to the player. Like if obviously it's up to the player. But, I mean, that's really up to Malcolm Jenkins. I mean, obviously they have enough respect for him. So, I mean, that's like, can we retire your jersey, or do you want to wait? Or, I think they'll wait probably later on until Malcolm Jenkins is close to retiring or whatever's going on. But, I mean, I think Malcolm is definitely I think they probably should.
I do too.
I think they should.
I think he was one of the best free agent signings in Eagles history. Just look at the production he was able to put up. I mean, it's crazy. I wonder if he's going to retire as a Saint or an Eagle, though. If you guys had a choice of a team the Eagles would beat in a Super Bowl, who would that be and why? I don't really care as long as we win it.
Yeah, I can care less. I just want to win. That's why I get that second ring. That's all I care about.
So now that he's not on the Cowboys or the Eagles, did they overpay? Because the Cowboys, had the Cowboys gave that up, we would have been ridiculed. I think it was a boatload for Jamal Adams, if that's what you're talking about. Anyway, either way, whichever team it was, it would have been talked about the same way.
Yeah, it was a lot. They got to pay him on top of it. So,
yeah. Playing those tough teams early will be good barometers for us versus Niners, Steelers, and Ravens. Yeah, I agree.
Yep. I agree.
Let's see. I loved LJ Fort, man. He was someone I loved.
Trust me. I know.
Excited. We played the Ravens this year. I want people to see our defense has improved. Man, I was weak when we got rid of Golden Tate. I just don't get how he wasn't able, just the kind of play designs for Golden Tate. We were all hyped up. We were expecting something crazy, a guy who could have, 7, 8, 9 catches a game. And it really was nothing for us.
Yeah, the Giants use him better than how we use him. I mean, we traded a 3rd-round pick to the Lions, and on top of everything else, we use him as a 3rd down receiver. That was it. He's not used to that, being a 3rd down receiver. Just ridiculous.
Yeah. Crazy. But yeah, guys, we're about 2 hours, 15 minutes up into this. Probably be on, for another 5-10 minutes. If you guys got any questions, leave them in the comments, and we're going to try to get to all of these comments up in here. Appreciate everyone that's up in here on a Saturday night. Shout out to you guys. Hit the like button. Subscribe to both channels, Good content creators up in here. We're grinding for you guys. Let's see. It's like a war up in this chat. Nobody's worried about the Washington NFL team or Washington football team, whatever their name is. Yeah, I'm not worried about them.
No. I think I'm only worried about Chase Young against Andre Dillard for the first game. I think that's really I'm worried about Andre Dillard right in the beginning of the season regardless, because I think he's going to be bad. But not because I don't think he's good. It's because 3 starts, 1 at right tackle. Yeah. Jason Peters has been in front of him the past couple of years, and I think 6, maybe 5, 6 games down the road he'll actually be good. But right now, he might have some trouble. But who knows? We might, he put on, Jason Kelce said he put on 15 pounds, and we'll see what happens.
I'm worried about Jason Peters too. I mean, the guy can barely stay on the field for an entire game.
Is he actually going to move to the right side? That's the question. I don't even know if that's the case. Is he, or they're going to move Samala to the right side? Yeah. I mean, I want to see what Jordan Mailata could do too, because he was pretty much on the fake IR, so. Jordan
Mailata. I mean, talk about unknown. Talk about a big question mark.
6'8", 350 pounds. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean,
what is he going to do? What is he here for? I don't know. I mean, one time they were saying, make him into a tight end, and they were saying a running back, a fullback. They were saying everything for this guy. Nitro Freak, what's going on, man? Bad way to come into the chat, though, says Ben Simmons stinks. Come on, Nitro. Come on.
I know he hates Ben Simmons.
I don't know why. Why? How can one hate Ben Simmons and be Philly? Like Ben Simmons can do everything. He's 24 years old. Come on. Let's go, Birds. How both of your days went? Going pretty good.
Not bad. Same old.
I feel sorry for Joe Burrow. Yeah, I feel sorry for these top tier players in the world. And yeah, you know, you just got drafted by the Cleveland Browns. You just got drafted by the Cincinnati Bengals. Like, you're not going to win for years, you know?
Yeah, they probably need that hoorah guy to show. They probably need they need that leader on that offense. That's probably what they've been lacking, and they've had the same quarterback for a lot of years. So I think, you know, maybe having Joe Burrow there, it'll spice up that offense a little bit. Maybe he's good, has some good leadership quality, and we'll see what happens. But
yeah, Nitro, I'm joking. He doesn't stink, but he needs to be consistent. That's a good point. No one likes us. No one likes us. No one likes us. We don't care. Philly. No one likes us, and we don't care. Good way to put it, my guy. What is up with these wars going on in the chat right here? Let's go, Birds. HD is typing. Yeah. Mayor Slat. Eagles versus the Chiefs. It's a Super Bowl dream match. That would be crazy. Andy, Doug, Wentz, Mahomes. Man.
Be exciting.
What's going on, my guy? Appreciate you being up in here, man. Ravens or Chiefs so that Wentz can get more respect on his name if he beats Lamar or Mahomes head-to-head. That's a good point. That's why I wanted to play the Patriots years back, because I wanted to beat the best. Like, if we went up against the Jaguars, you know what I mean? It would have been different. Yeah. Against Blake Bortles.
They've messed up that game.
They had that game in the bag, too.
They did.
Dak is average. Andy Dalton is better than him.
I wouldn't doubt it, honestly. I really wouldn't. Like, Dalton hasn't had a really good roster around him in a while. I mean, I don't think like Dalton's horrible, but I think when you're in one place for way too long, like, you should be out the door, fresh start, new year, somewhere else. Because as soon as they signed Dalton, I remember like the Cowboy news, like the beat writers were like, or like the official Cowboys news was like, oh, this isn't because Dak Prescott's not getting paid. Like, they had to like defend themselves because they thought signing Andy Dalton meant that. But it kind of is leading towards that. Like, they brought in a backup quarterback. Was that a 1-year deal or a 2-year deal for Andy Dalton?
One-year deal.
It was a 1-year deal.
And I tried to tell him, like, it's just a little hint. It's kind of like a tap on the shoulder, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, man.
Just letting you know. Just
trying to let you know. Anthony Perry, Mike Rowe actually said out loud he didn't know how to use Golden Tate. I looked at my screen for like 20 minutes on pause. He didn't explicitly say it, but didn't he say something like, I know he said something where he was just like, you know, we're trying different things, but it's
it's just say it.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, he said it, but he didn't say it. Like, I forget what he said, and I remember what game it was, too. It was like week 14, 15, something like that. And he was just like, yeah, like, you know, we're trying a bunch of things, but we just got to figure out how to use them.
That's how he said it, just like that. Yeah. We have to figure it out or something like that.
It was like, you just traded for this, man. You gave up. I forget what we gave up to get Golden Tate.
Third rounder.
Yeah, third rounder. And really? Like, this is the guy we needed here. We need guys to catch the ball, and that's what your answer was, Mike Rowe. He was a great wide receivers coach. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
what the heck happened.
I don't know.
Emma Wolf said, "I'm sorry, I just gotta read this because this is funny." When he said Wentz is injured and Blair Walsh is better than him, and Nate said Blair Walsh is a kicker. Like, I don't understand what's going on. Cough, cough. Malcolm Jenkins signing was under the Chip Kelly era. Cough, cough. What you trying to say here, John? I can't wait to see our defense. I agree, man. I think our defense is gonna be the best component of our team, to be honest.
Yep.
Let's see. Mylata Tuts year 3. Oh man.
Pretty much. Like it's either you're gonna play or
Yeah, I don't understand what the role for him is.
oh, the guy played rugby. He's fragile as a butterfly.
He was just like a raw prospect. They're like, you know what? He has size. Let's take him in. See what he can do. Quarterback factory. Might as well make him a quarterback at this point. Do you think Hurts is going to be used the same way Hill is used from the Saints? I do not.
No, he's not like Hill at all. He's far from Hill.
Mm-mm.
He's got size. Doesn't Hurts have a lot of size? He's a big guy. I don't even know.
Yeah, I mean
they're gonna Tim Tebow him with this offense. That's what they're gonna do. Put him in red zone. I mean,
there's no way.
That didn't work out.
There's no way. It would just be a Philly thing to like throw him out there on a wildcat and he gets injured too. It would just be something like that. Jeez, you guys are going crazy. Master P. Waitress, how can I take your order? Me, can I get an order for some baby Dak ribs and some CD Lamb chops? Oh man, you guys are great. You're damn right about this superhero. I'm just watching this right now. I mean, dang, we're not even in a season yet.
I know.
Yeah. All I'm saying is November 1st, you guys better be up on here. All you Cowgirls fans, we're gonna let you know. Oh God. Dude, what the heck? Here we go. A bite of life. What's good, guys? Keep up the good work. Still good work, but enjoying the stream. Let's go. Appreciate you for stopping by.
Appreciate it, bro.
Means a lot. Because Baldinger was like super high on the kid.
Who?
I don't even know.
Oh, on Mulata?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a video. I actually have it on my channel. He did a video of like he's got these violent hands. He was like throwing fourth stringers around preseason. He was like, he's got these violent hands. I'm like, oh, okay. Just like we have a big trade coming, something sizzling for the Eagles. Can't stand that. Never. Credibility lost. Done.
I remember we were talking about it on the last stream, and it's like something can happen.
Philly could get better. Oh my God.
Philly could get a lot better in mid-July. I mean, really?
He's like, he's like, you can't replace a 3-time Pro Bowler. It's hard to do that. Like, no, it's not. We could have signed Jason Peters 10 years ago. I mean, we could have signed him in the afterlife. It doesn't matter. We could have signed him.
I saw the next day he made like a post. He was like swimming with sharks, and I was like,
yeah.
I was like, all credibility, it's done.
Bro, I woke up and I put my phone on. I saw a big fat picture of Jason Peters' head on my screen, and I was like, no. And it said guard. It said G. I was like, don't even tell me he's going to be a guard.
I don't understand it.
And Adam Schefter said the same, or Rapport said the same thing. He said big move at the end of his. I'm like, big move. Like, you're acting like he was hard to get, or he was picking out like out of 10 teams, or there was like a, who's going to pay him more money, or there was some type of like competition for him or something.
He didn't want to go anywhere other than
no.
And I don't see him playing long term at the guard position. I don't. I mean,
they're going to be like, no, go back to left tackle.
Yeah, you learned. Andre.
Are you kidding me, coach? Are you kidding me?
Oh, my God.
God damn it.
This is great. Camo, have you seen the Cowboys win the Super Bowl? Craig Cole, my guy. RB, great to see the work you do on here. Think our linebackers are still small and just okay. Cole and Aussie. Shout out to my guy from Australia, man. Always tuning in, showing support. Check out my guy, Joeyshakes, as well. Awesome content creator. And I agree with you. I think linebackers are our biggest question right now. I really don't know what the heck's going to happen at linebacker. You got any thoughts on it?
It's our weakest position on defense. That's definite. I mean, Nathan Gary is a pretty solid, a solid backup. But if you have to throw him into the fire, you can throw him into the fire. Jatavis Brown coming from the Chargers, he was more of a he came in when injuries were going on with the Chargers. His stats don't come out, but pretty good at blitzing, great tackler. You know what I mean? He's made some plays here or there. So comes to a new team, they didn't want to pay him. You have Sean Bradley from Temple, which he's got good leadership quality and probably could be our best coverage. He's probably the best coverage linebacker out of all of them. You got Davion Taylor, 3rd-round pick from Colorado, and he's nasty. He barely gets pushed back. He's got good backfield recognition. He's just big in size. He's physical. He like I said, doesn't get pushed back. He's very physical. So there's a lot of unknown, TJ Edwards, Doug is very high on him going into, another year. So that could be, probably something that could happen. He could probably start. So, I mean, it's a lot of unknowns, a lot of unprovens at linebacker. Very young. I mean, when we released Nigel Bradham, I was like, wow, I'm surprised they did that. And he was getting a lot of money. Nigel Wood got paid, I think it was like $13 million or something. It was a big cap number. So, if this doesn't work out or they don't think our linebacker group is ready, or maybe there's some guys that work better around other players, I think you could maybe bring in a veteran later. I was already talking about bringing Nigel Bradham back. I was thinking about maybe trading for Avery Williamson from the Jets. He's another guy you could trade for. He's a big cap number for the Jets. So, and he's a very good, and I think he's 26, 27 years old going to his prime. So there's a lot of options right there. So we'll see. It's a big unknown, though.
Yeah, I agree with you. A lot to look at. I like the guys that we drafted as well, especially Sean Bradley. I don't know. I just got a good feeling about him. But yeah, as long as we make open field tackles, because
that's all that matters. Yeah.
Let's see. RB, which wide receivers would you keep on the team? Man, at this point, I'm going to have to say Jalen Reagor, D-Jax. I would keep Greg Ward in the slot. I would keep JJ just because I think they want him to develop into what Alshon has been. I think Alshon's going to be here, even though I don't know if he should for what he's being paid. And I would say either one of Quez or John Hightower, to be honest. But I'm probably leaning around 6 receivers, just given the roster cuts and everything.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that lineup.
Yeah, he asked you to, let's see, if the Cowboys Jesus. Oh, my gosh. Do y'all think they go the whole season with limited fans? Because if Dallas plays us first and our stadium is a quarter full and then we played them late in Dallas, they shouldn't have full stadium fans. It's a good point. But at the same time, like the Giants and Jets aren't going to have any fans either. And, that does create a disadvantage. That is true.
It's pretty even when you go to Dallas. There's a lot of Eagles fans going to Dallas as well. So, I mean, that's just what we have to deal with, unfortunately, and we can't blame it on that. That's how the world is, and that's how people want to be. Everyone wants to be. The NFL wants everybody to be safe. So, I mean, it sucks, but they're just gonna have to play, and they're gonna have to, just have us in their minds that we're cheering for them at home. So that's where it's gonna come.
Adrian Killens is too fast. He runs a 4 in the 40. I bet. Kid's fast, man. They need the spirit of Chuck Bednarik to motivate the young linebackers. I like it, my guy.
Yep.
Might as well get the players from Jets, just cannibalize them at this point. Oh, yeah, Goodwin too. My fault. I forgot about Goodwin. Again, I think he's going to be that veteran guy who can stretch the field, and really he just keeps reminding me of Torrey Smith from 2017.
Yeah, Goodwin is still one of the best deep threats in the league. The issue is which is injuries, but he hasn't really had a good season since. I'd probably say 2017 was probably his best season. So,
yeah,
a new team, new year. Hopefully he stays healthy, and he's fast. He could run. I mean, you have to imagine having Deshaun and Marquise going on the field at the same time. It's
crazy.
It's pretty unfair.
But yeah, guys, we are 2.5 hours into this. About to get up on out of here. I guess the last thing we'll just talk about real quick here is the top quarterback list, because there's like a war going on in a chat right now. Shout out to all 45 people still up in here. If you guys have not yet, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Shout out to my guy Joey for coming up on here with me. Great content creator. One of my guys.
Sure.
Let's see. If you're just your top 5 off the top of your head, quarterbacks, who would you say right now? Because I don't think I ever asked you that.
If I would have to say right now, I would say Mahomes. It's a tough one because I don't want to put them in the wrong spot. My top 5 right now would probably be. I don't know if I have Mahomes. Probably have Mahomes. Not a big fan, no. I think Wentz would be in there definitely. I just the potential is there obviously with Wentz. Russell Wilson's definitely in there. Aaron Rodgers, I don't know because I don't know what I still think he's a great quarterback. I don't know if he's actually going to stay in Green Bay after this year. I'm not really sure what his future holds him right now.
Yeah.
I don't know as of right now. I think those 3 guys, I don't know who else is really behind that. Drew Brees probably.
Yeah.
Those are probably my few guys that I really do like going, that are the top guys that are very consistent every year as of right now.
Yeah.
I don't know what you think about it, but
I'm pretty much the same. I got Mahomes 1, Wilson 2. I would say Drew Brees 3 right now. I know he hasn't shown up completely in the postseason and all, but he's just done it for so long. Even looking forward, I still trust Drew Brees. And it's hard because these guys have like different systems, different pieces around. Like Drew Brees has an easy system to succeed in,
Right.
4 to 6 or 4 to 7 is really where it gets tricky. Because in terms of talent-wise, like me, I would put Carson Wentz above Lamar Jackson and Aaron Rodgers because he has had less to work with and has succeeded. Now, maybe a couple years down, it might be different. I'd probably put Wentz at either 4 or 5, and probably I'd say either Lamar or Aaron up in there, 5 or 6, give or take. But and Watson as well. Watson
yeah.
6 or 7 for me.
Yeah,
but it's hard because again, Watson has had DeAndre Hopkins. You know what I mean? So, and the guy doesn't drop anything. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of these lists real quick. Mahomes, Jackson, Rodgers, Wilson, Watson, Breeze, Dak, Wentz, Brady, Ryan.
Fucking stupid. Sorry.
Come on, Camo. Come on. Jackson 2? Wilson 4?
How is Jackson the second? Like, God, that is so.
Dak 7? Come on now. Dak's not better than Wentz than that.
Oh my God. I gotta laugh. This is hilarious.
That's great.
How is Lamar Jackson even in the I don't know.
Mahomes, Wilson, Lamar, Breeze, Wentz, Rodgers, Watson, Ryan, stat pad and Brady. Oh man.
Why is Lamar there? Like, why? Why is he even in the top 3 of a couple lists already?
There you go. Wilson, Mahomes, Lamar, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, TB12 at number 6 before Carson Wentz. Deshaun, Matt Ryan, Andrew Luck, but he's retired to Phillip Rivers. I don't understand.
I don't know. Lamar's top 3 quarterback, I guess, in the league, which don't know why, but
crazy. Kevin Wallace, do you think Kavon Wallace is going to be the next B Doc? Those are some big shoes to fill. I'm not going to say it yet, but I mean.
He'll be his own player. He'll create his own identity.
Yep. Sheesh, you guys are going off. I like this. First QB in history to have 4,000 yards without a receiver having 500. Yep. First QB to have 3 straight games with 30 completions. Mm-hmm. Mahomes, Wilson, Breeze, Wentz, and Jackson. I'm not mad at that list. I'm not mad at it. Even though I'd probably put Aaron Rodgers above Lamar.
100%.
Wentz has come close to an MVP, won a Super Bowl, and a record he set. Dak Prescott passes Brady career completion record. Oh, man. Come on, Camo. I like Lamar's offensive ability to stretch the field.
Yeah, why? Because he could run like a wildcat?
I feel you, a bite of life.
That's all he's got. All he's got is his running. That's all he has.
Why are people skeptical about the young kid out of Baltimore? I mean,
I don't think he's a consistent. I don't think he's. I don't know.
I just think he's very prone to injury, and I don't know if his game style is gonna like maintain itself with the NFL, but yeah, Dak does not pass Brady neck. Brady's played 20 years. Dak's played 4. Dak's not better than Wentz. Stop. Appreciate you, man. Love the show. Thumbs up. Even with your delusional CD Lamb takes, I appreciate you, man. But with that being said, guys, shout out to all 42 of you still up in here. About to get up on out of here. Appreciate my guy Joeyshakes coming up on here. As always, man, let us know if you guys like this stream right now in the comments. Let us know if you liked it, wanted us to do it sometime again, maybe closer to the season as well. My guy's always working hard. Shout out to him. Shout out to the channel. If you guys are on my channel right now and you've not subbed them up, well, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and click that subscribe. Hit those streams. And on your way out, go ahead and hit the like button. It doesn't hurt. It does not hurt. Yeah, this sums up the night right here. Dak has more TDs and interceptions than Wentz. That's all I know. I mean, it makes sense. If that's what you're going off, I understand. But with that being said, hold on, we got some comments here. Bite of life. Appreciate you. But with that being said, guys, appreciate everyone for tuning in. With that being said, I go by RB. Philly take with RB.
And Joeyshakes 72 in the building here.
Appreciate everyone that stopped by, and we will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Peace out.